Good evening, and welcome to the Thunderdome. So, for all of you in the overspill or who don't want to deal with the fucking, group chat, welcome to the stream. A couple of things right off the bat. I'm probably not going to talk much. I'm not going to interject. I do actually have a speaking role. It is mostly there to annoy a couple of people, but Monstrous is moderating. I don't think LIO and Gilded need much moderation, so we're kind of just going to let it play. I am going to probably give my thoughts afterwards. We'll do a bit of a wrap up and things. If you have particular stuff that you're like, hey, this has been said, can we fact check it? Then let you in real quick. Sure, you can phone Chris. Oh, actually, no, you can't. What can I say? Well, you can't because I'll get kicked from the call. Fuck. Sorry, Chris. I can't because it's too many people. I've just realised. Sat in the fucking VC. Right. So, Chris, DM me. DM me your thoughts. DM me your thoughts, Chris. Fuck. Okay. What I will do is I might bring on people at the end. If you've got anything that comes up that you're like, oh shit, this needs fact checking, and it really matters, super chat me. It's my birthday, and come on afterwards. Because it's it's a 100-person call. I know what'll happen. I'll leave, and then I'll cuck the entire fucking stream, and you'll kill me. Happy birthday, Chris. Happy birthday. Seriously, happy birthday. Chris is the best. I love Chris. Okay. Yeah, super chat in or whatever. I'll make a note of it. We'll go over it at the end. I will, if people really want to do things, take call-ins. I think this call's going to be kept to about 2 hours. We're starting in about 10 minutes. and I believe that there's, as far as I'm aware, LIO and Gilded are not taking questions. However, if they do, then I will try and get some in for people. Okay. So what are the bets? What's the bets to begin with? Are we betting for a Gilded victory or a LIO victory? Okay, full disclosure, I got asked who I thought would win. I got asked who I thought would win by LIO. And I shit you not, my response was me. I win. So yeah, this should be pretty fucking good. I'm hopeful. I've spoken to both of them beforehand. I think they're both I think they're both excited, shall we say? So yeah, hopefully the audio's all good and coming through properly. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'd say Gilded is the winner. I will run, hide like Annie. I don't think LIO's gonna run. I think LIO's down. I think LIO wants this as much as Gilded does, I'm gonna be honest with you. 10 minutes out. 10 minutes out. Fucking hell. Ooh. I'm probably also, I'm not gonna stream the general chat for Arena. I will stream the side chat. Only because there's been a lot of porn, guys. It's been so much porn. Oh fuck. Are we starting now? No, we got like 9 minutes. I don't know why I tried to look at a watch that doesn't exist. Also, big shout out to Mon for putting this together. I think that's pretty fucking good. Get a haircut. Yeah, it's getting a bit. I cut my own hair. I get bored, so I'm waiting until I get bored again. Let's go. Yes, I am. Listen, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for this. I think it's gonna be really good. That's why I didn't join early. Yeah, this is a real convo between them. Yeah, yeah. It's part of the LIO round tour. Holy shit. Okay, cool. Let's do. I'm gonna have to go to this. Oh. Oh, I hear sound. I hear sound. Fuck. I don't know who made sound. Who can actually speak currently? Who have we got? Monstrous. Sarah also has a speaking role. I'm gonna be doing a stream with Sarah tomorrow as well. That should be fun. We're playing Warhammer. No drama. We're just gonna play Warhammer. Gonna be fucking nerds. It's gonna be great. Beckett, what are you gonna do with LIO no shows? Fucking no idea. End stream? I don't fucking know. What do you mean?
It's myself, you, and Sarah.
With those.
Yep.
Hello, ladies. How we doing?
Doing pretty good. Because I have a feeling that I'm going to get brought up with very specific conversations that I'm going to have to address. So.
Oh, okay. So we're actually doing interjections. Okay, cool. I look. I'm going to be good. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I just.
Well, I'm not going to interject. Really, it's. I just know that I'm going to be brought up because LIO brought me up in his video, and I'm sure Gilded is going to talk about it because I've already discussed that with Gilded. So, I'm just sure it's going to be brought up.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Fuck. Also, if any of you people are DMing me, I can't check the DMs, just so we're clear, because I'll fucking leak our DM chat if I do. Stop tempting me. Oh, we got an Endler. I'm sorry, Endler joined. Oh, fuck, this should be interesting. Have we got a Gilded yet? Or are you missing a Gilded?
No, Gilded is not in yet.
Neither of them are here.
Also, Double D says he's not a full goth, whereas he wear his apparel from Hot Topic at Spencer's. I don't know it. That was some bad grammar, but okay.
What, Gilded is streaming already?
What? No. So Double D in Beckett's chat said he's not full goth because he gets his clothes from Hot Topic and Spencer's.
Yeah, people in the chat saying Gilded is streaming, so
Okay.
so preparing himself.
Oh, got it. I
Psyching
figured I had
himself
to try
up.
asking. I was like, I don't know.
Five minutes. I feel. Do we need music? Do I need to put music on?
Yeah.
Do we need?
Yeah,
Do we need?
please.
Do we
Do,
need some music,
do,
bro?
we, do we need?
Do it.
What the fuck music am I meant to
Do
put on?
Put on some Warhammer 3 ambience music. Do it.
I can't put on anything copyright. Jesus fucking Christ.
Copyright claim. Bro.
Yeah, I think this stream's gonna have enough fucking problems in it. Let's be honest. We'll go negative XP.
Well, considering there's 2 monstresses,
Yeah,
this is doomed from the start.
yeah.
It's doomed from the start.
There we go.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it's nice and easy.
This debate was rigged from the start. Wonderful waiting.
I'm impressed with the amount of people, like just the dedication of the people who joined early. Badwick has been in this call for 3 fucking hours.
Why?
Badwick really wanted to make sure that they had a seat.
Yeah, he wanted front row. Good for him.
How late this is happening at, so hopefully I don't get pulled away.
I'm tempted to. I didn't get to watch the end of the Slug versus Zack stream last night. Maybe we'll do that after as well.
Why?
It was so good.
Oh my god, LIO, where are either of them?
It's a very interesting question. Where do they be at, bro?
Gilded could be petting his kid down or something.
Well, since I'm going to assume somebody's going to be at least 10 minutes late. No, there's one.
There's one. We have one.
There's one.
Which one?
Gilded.
What?
We're missing
You guys
the
not
other.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. How you doing,
We
bud?
can hear you.
What's up?
Not much. Welcome to the Thunderdome.
How come I can hear Beckett? But oh, okay, that's right, because he's being gay and has a Queen Seraphina name. Okay, got it.
No.
Wait, what's up, Beckett? I almost said Breckett.
What?
We're talking about Brexit earlier.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! Fuck, we can do that on another stream. Yeah, no, I'm clearly monstrous.
Clearly.
I've been like 4
Alright,
different people in this server.
I'm going to assume that he's going to be at least 5 minutes
Oh
late,
my
so I'm
god,
gonna go
Queen
do my thing.
Seraphina is here. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just dumb.
Well,
Hi. There's
Yes,
too
hello.
many people in this VC. What's up?
No, I'm here just for a little bit of time. Well, hopefully at least because I know I'm going to get brought up, and I'm going to have to probably say the same thing that I told you. Probably.
Yeah, well, probably.
Yeah.
Are you taking questions afterwards, Gilded?
Yeah, sure. I was going to. I'm actually streaming right now. So I was going to invite a couple people to my stream. One of them, of course, being
Right.
Beckett. So
All right. Well, since I'm going to assume he's going to be late, I'm going to go ahead
I mean,
and
it's probably it's a pretty decent tactic to be late. So what's up?
yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and clean a bit.
We're fun.
Okay.
Hey,
Have
around
fun.
this time, I always take care of the cat boxes. So
Based.
base. All right, BRB.
So the other day,
Yes.
I just found out. Oh, yeah, I just realized. Oh my God, people are okay. Come on, hold on. People are bitching at me because nobody can hear anybody but me.
Oh, there's Lio. Lio. There he is.
Oh, it's not a fake Lio this time. Sweet.
No, no, no. It's not Beckett this time.
So I've been that's the F game.
There we go. Yay! Hi, Leo. All right. Leo, quick question. Are you going to field any questions after the call?
I
Or are
guess.
you done?
Nah, I'm not gonna field any questions after the call. It's 9:30. I'm going to bed after the call. You kidding me?
Okay, no problem. I'm going to keep the call to 2 hours. No
Oh,
less.
there's a
Or no more
time
than.
limit. Oh,
Yes, yes. some of
11:30 is
us-
pretty late. So we'll see.
oh, I forgot she lived in Commieland.
Yeah, unfortunately, she does live in California.
California. Stardust, where are you at really quick? So just a heads up, Lio. Sarah also has the ability to speak. And I'm going to give Stardust the ability to speak just in case conversations come up about them.
I don't see any reason why it would, but okay.
Just in case. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Oh, here we go.
I mean, it could be brought up if, like,
Oh, where are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, not you. No, you're fine.
Yeah, I mean, it could be brought up if, like, for some abstract reason, it's like, you threatened to rape Queen Seraphina or whatever comes up. So,
Okay, are we all ready?
I guess.
Okay, let's do
So where do
it.
you want to start, Vlad?
well, you go first.
Well, you're the one that wanted the conversation to begin with. I figured you had a list or something, man.
I do, but I thought it would be more courteous to allow you to give your grievances first.
I mean, I pretty much stated my grievances overall. So you've got the list. You
Yes,
pop off.
but we'll repeat them for everybody here.
I mean, everybody here's seen my videos, so I don't think I really need to. I'm giving you the courtesy of beginning, since you have a literal list. Let's go through it.
Yeah, but that's boring.
gosh, why did we just
I don't entirely know what your complaints are. I know a few of them, but you keep changing them repeatedly.
I don't
So
change them. They're consistent. They're the same problems
not
I've had.
really.
Well, then go on. Tell me how they're inconsistent.
They are in. What do you mean? How are they inconsistent? I don't even know half of them. Like, for example,
What do you
go
mean you
back
don't
and
know
forth-
half of them?
You go back and forth between he's a zoophile and not a zoophile. So
I
pick
never
one.
claimed you. I never claimed you were a zoophile.
You've never claimed I was a zoophile.
No.
Yeah. So the problem with that is twofold. So number one,
Mhm.
one of the things you did in your video is heavily imply it. I think in the Crystal Flame video, it was also pretty heavily implied. And then you did this in multiple conversations with, like, let's say, for example, the 2 Black conversation, you heavily implied it. And then I believe, have you ever referred to anybody as zoo apologists before?
I have.
Like who?
Primarily a lot of people in the Fox Mafia, anybody who took up for Fursky primarily, or people who, as you are well aware, went on arguing consistently about whether or not dog dick is okay in your porn. Not your porn is in your porn, but your porn is in the royal your.
Who did that?
Do you not remember Fox Azure? And I don't even remember that other weirdo's name. like going on for a better part of like a month, going back and forth on the Medicare forums about it.
Hold on. What's wrong with him being against it?
It's not. Do you think
Fox
hold on,
is
do you
your
think-
argued
it's not Fox,
against?
it's not Fox I'm referring to in that. It's the other guy whose name I completely forget, who's part of Fox Mafia.
Hold on. Was it Son of Psyops?
No, Son of Psyops, he does dumber, or not dumber, but he does other dumb things. It's not somebody just like a main player, but I do know there were people in that server regularly making excuses for that type of pornography. And those are the people I'm referring to in that. I never called you a zoophile. I never called you a zoo defender.
So why is it that your entire community comes to that conclusion and then cites you repeatedly as the source for why they had that conclusion?
That's a good question, because half the time they cite other random asinine nonsense saying I said it as well when I didn't. We had an incident like that happen in Catslayer not too long ago, where people were saying that I proved via screen caps at the time that I had apologized to another individual that we're not bringing up here, and said it was in my video when it wasn't. I quite literally stated the opposite, that it wasn't something I could prove via screenshots. You got me on that one. I have no clue.
I don't know, because like what I've seen is like you say it, you go in there, you never correct it ever, except once. I've seen you do it one time, and I was in the Senate, and there's no evidence of that. So because
There's
you
no
nuked
evidence
it.
of it?
Well, in that you nuked it. Like we can't go in the Senate and scroll up. I have a
Well, yeah,
screenshot of you
archived
doing
it.
it, obviously.
Okay. Then what's the problem?
But the problem is that that's in Senate. That's not in Catslayer, where they have repeatedly referred to me as a zoophile, and
Can you
you've
pass
never
that to
corrected
Monstrous
it.
so I can see it?
Can I pass what to Monstrous?
you
Screenshots
show
of them
me-
of those people
Sure.
calling me a zoophile? Are you serious?
Absolutely.
All right.
Do you realize that I'm not there like all the time and I'm not always looking at the chat?
I mean, okay. I mean,
Here, I'll do you one favor.
we can
I'll look.
apply that logic to a lot of things, dude.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
come on.
But here, let me go ahead and do a search for zoophile for you, just within the server. Not related to you. Not related to you. How many? There's 19 results. Not related to you. This. Yeah, that was in relation to this server. One in relation to Spursky. One in relation to Vita. One in relation to Monstrous and Octopus people. One in relation to Twitter. Don't worry about it.
Monstrous is a zoophile.
Yeah,
Confirmed.
Right.
Oh, that octopus people. That
Forgive
octopus
me.
people got you. Yep,
Okay, that's Rifleman J. Brago System, who were they referring to? No, that was in regards to Keffels, of all things.
Okay, so dude, I just had people in my server say that happened, but you know, maybe they're lying. Okay, so let's
Or
say
maybe
lying.
they're just goofy. But I mean, I can screen share and show it to you.
Oh, that's okay. I'm going to move on to a term that you have used, which is zoo enthusiast.
Sure. Yes.
What the
Zoo
fuck
porn
does that
enthusiast.
mean? What does that
Zoo
mean?
porn enthusiast. What that means is that you liked having it and you enjoyed having it and you enjoyed using it on people.
That's not what, like, that doesn't, but you do realize whenever you say zoo porn enthusiast, like what it sounds like is you're talking about somebody that's sitting around fapping to zoo porn, right? That's what it sounds like.
Vlad, I think that in this case,
or consuming zoo porn.
And you ran around randomly calling me a pedophile. What's your point?
I actually only called you a pedophile once, and that was on Twitter.
Only once.
That was on Twitter to you. Now,
okay,
I could have made a joke or something, but I've never actually seriously called you a pedophile. In fact, actually, I have pushed back on a lot of that kind of shit, funny enough. So, for example, a lot of people called you a groomer. I pushed back on that. A lot of people were going on the little fucking weird tangent about how, like, oh my God, he was trying to make a minor record their rape or something. I actually paid money to speak to a lawyer to ask if that was even illegal or not. And I have the screenshots for this. So the point I'm getting at here is the only person that's been good faith towards your direction out of all of your detractors is me. And then,
you know what? Here's the interesting thing. I've heard about that. I've actually had people approach me telling me you're more good faith.
Yeah, like me.
Actually, no, it wasn't you, Sarah.
I'm pretty sure I told you that.
No, it wasn't you. It was Beckett. The guy everybody thought was me in here, which, by the way, that was hilarious.
Thanks, I really put in an effort to my shenanigans.
Like, the dude starts cussing and you guys think he's me. Anyways, so if your issue, Vlad, is that you believe I was trying to imply something that
not
wasn't
just
actually my
imply
intention,
something,
go ahead.
literally means that, right? So whenever
Exactly.
like, for example, if I said I was an alcohol enthusiast, right? The first thing that's going to come to mind is, oh, well, that's a fancy way to say alcoholic, right? If I called somebody a marijuana enthusiast, I'm not going to think, oh man, they just collect marijuana buds and throw them on the fucking shelf, right? No. Like implying, like when you say enthusiast, you are implying consumption. So basically what you're trying to suggest is I'm going on the internet, scouring the internet for bestiality porn to collect on in some folder on some obscure hard drive from 2009, right? Like that's the suggestion. Like
you think that was my intent in saying that?
I'm actually accusing you, yeah, of malicious framing. Absolutely.
Malicious framing. Interesting. No, Vlad, if I wanted to call you that, I just would have. Zoo porn enthusiast was a offhanded way to say that you have it and you enjoy using it on people and you're not apologetic for it. And you weren't. From what I understand now, you seem to be a little bit more, which, as I said in my latest video, growth is growth.
That's not what you said in your latest video.
That is. I said
No,
where I think it came from, but it's still there.
You said, what you said is like, he shot his hard drive and that's good. And then you went on to say, I don't think it's from any changed morals, but whatever.
No.
And I'm like, okay, well, you're heavily implying that I would still consume it. Like there's an implication there that people took from that. Like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so your main concern with me is that you feel I have framed you as a zoophile.
My main concern is you speak intentionally vague and you're not being direct, right? You could have just said, hey, Gilded Poo, he's a pretty massive troll, pretty disgusting troll even. You could have said something along those lines, right? But instead, you're choosing the most hyperbolic language possible.
Do you think I'm intentionally choosing the most hyperbolic language possible?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you're welcome to that assumption. That's not true, but I have no way of objectively
I mean,
proving to you it's not true.
there's all other times you've done it. Like, for example, somehow somebody making a rape joke is sexual harassment or a threat of rape, which violates the definition of the word threat.
There's this concept called Schrodinger's douchebag. Are you familiar with it?
Yeah, and that's usually used as an excuse to justify claiming that jokes aren't jokes. Yes.
Uh-huh. And why in the world would I ever think things like these are jokes in the context they're put in?
They are jokes, and they're very funny.
Can you prove it? What's the punchline?
Fuck. One of them I can't really cite, but generally speaking, yeah, the punchline isn't for you to laugh, it's for me to laugh. If
What's the
anything, what
punchline?
you could make the argument that the intent behind them is to alienate somebody, right? So for example, bringing it to Queen Seraphina here for a minute, what do you think my intent was with making jokes about rape to her?
Was Sarah going to talk? Because I heard her pop up.
No, it was directed towards you, right?
Yeah, but I heard you peek, so I figured you might want to say something. But if not, that's fine.
Not yet.
Okay. I think that you're a disgusting weirdo and that you get your kicks by saying things like that.
But that doesn't answer the question, Lio. I asked you, why do you think I said that to Queen Seraphina? What do you think the motivation was? What would the
You like making women uncomfortable, and you like making random statements like that to do so. And the definition of sexual harassment is unwanted sexual attention.
That's not sexual attention, Lio. I have no intent of having sex with Queen Seraphina.
Attention and intention are not the same thing.
No,
Vlad.
they're not the same thing. But usually, typically speaking, whenever we're talking about sexual harassment, we're talking about harassing somebody with the intent of fucking them.
No,
That
no,
is
that's not what that
typically the
means.
underlying implication. Really?
that's not
Like,
the
do you like
implication.
so typically whenever somebody gets in trouble for sexual harassment, they're just jokes in the workplace, right? That's what it is typically.
Sometimes,
It's not.
yeah, it is.
It's not usually. That is like an extreme snowflake whiny bitch way to look at it.
I don't
No,
care if
the
it aligns with your
reason
personal morals. I'm saying that it is.
the reason I said it, and this is the reason, is because at the time I was under the thought process that Queen Seraphina and a few others had raided my server, where, funny enough, they had spammed, well, not they, all of them. It was like literally like 2 people and a bunch of bots had spammed
Bots.
I think it was bots. I have no idea.
There is no way there were bots there.
It was police something, and then it
Those are
said 1, and
Baiji.
then 2, and then
Those are
3.
Baiji.
But
They're all
Baiji entered
Baiji.
too. Oh, that's actually fucking funny. All right. Anyway, no, that's hilarious. But anyway, not saying you're lying, obviously. I'm just saying it's funny, like using multiple accounts to do that. But no, and then spammed a very certain comic in my server, right? So at that time period, the only thing I really thought one thing I thought would be funny was continuing to bother Queen Seraphina out of my server, to alienate her, to bully her out of my server, because she was the first one to enter, so I assumed she was leading the raid.
And you think
and by
sexual
your
harassment and bullying are magically not within the same ballpark, and sometimes that they are diametrically opposed, perhaps? Or
Nope.
mutually exclusive?
No, by your definition of sexual harassment, Baiji would have been sexually harassing me and everybody in my server.
I agree.
Oh my
And
god,
Baiji
that's
shouldn't
so
have.
fucking stupid.
I don't care if you think it's stupid or not, Vlad. If we talked about what you found to be stupid, everybody here would be considered stupid because everybody would be considered snowflakes. Because God forbid they get offended by something.
I don't think the majority of the people here would be snowflakes, to be honest with you, because you didn't invite the snowflakes you promised to invite.
I never promised to invite anybody.
You're right. You didn't promise. You just agreed to it.
Show me where.
I mean, Monstrous posed a deal to you, and then you agreed to it.
Mhm.
So
I
unless
agreed to coming in here. Did I agree to bring in a whole bunch of people with me?
I mean, was that not part of the agreement, Monstrous? Like, was that not part of
The agreement that I fielded to both of you was that you could invite whoever you wanted into the server, which is true. There's an infinite link currently in the Welcome to the Thunderdome channel.
Why would I invite vulnerable people to be around a bunch of weirdos and freaks constantly doing sexual stuff?
vulnerable people, huh?
Vulnerable people. You can laugh about it all you want. You're one of them too, Vlad.
How am I one of them?
You don't want to know.
Okay. But threats aside, which is absolutely hilarious, whenever you
Not
say
a threat.
vulnerable people, I have a really big issue with it, because you see,
I
in
don't
my
care.
viewpoint, is that they could just unplug. That's
I
it.
don't care,
That's all they have
Vlad.
to do. They can just
don't care.
unplug. You should
I
care.
don't care. Why
You
should I
should
care? Why
care.
should I care about your personal opinion on this?
You should care, because you're supposed to care about the vulnerable people. So why wouldn't you
I
teach
do.
them to unplug whenever
Why would-
appropriate?
Why in the world would I throw them into a random cesspool of a bunch of weirdos? That doesn't teach them anything.
I can tell you why. It actually does teach them a lot, because they need to toughen the fuck up.
By your value.
No, by reality.
You don't know much about reality. You're a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, I'm a conspiracy theorist that was right about Coyote Lovely, for instance. Like, all the way down to the honeypot that you and several people just blatantly ignored. You mean that?
Ignored it.
Ignored.
And a conspiracy theorist can be correct sometimes, but they're not correct most of the time, Vlad. And I think that's just the truth of the matter. You think everything is a conspiracy. You probably
Like
think
what?
this room's a conspiracy. You think a lot of things are a conspiracy.
Why would I think this room is a conspiracy? Like, what conspiracy?
That's how your mind works.
Conjured? Like what?
Not specifically about this room, but I'm saying like you probably do, because you are a
Like-
conspiracy theorist. You think everything's a
what?
conspiracy.
Can you give me an example?
Well, you thought that me having an alt account from my mobile was a conspiracy back during Fox Mafia stuff.
Like what did
You-
I think? I'm sorry. I need to be
You
more
thought it was a
specific.
form of hiding, that I was hiding because I was on my mobile account.
I don't remember this, but all right. That sounds a lot more like who's that Japanese guy
Hmm?
that nobody likes from Kaz's server?
Oh no, if it was Cedric, it'd be something about the
yeah.
feds and about the commentary community and how it's all a cabal. So no,
yeah,
that's
I
not
don't
your
know. That's
level of
not like it
insanity.
sounds more like a Cedric thing, but go on.
No, that was you because you were
I-
surprised when you
okay.
found out what it was. It might jog
Okay.
your memory. It might jog your memory. I had a really goofy Sonic the Hedgehog profile back then. It was a joke. But you probably don't remember.
I mean, I remember the goofy avatar. Yes,
You
I don't remember.
You
I don't
being
remember
shocked
any
that
of
was
that.
my account. Okay.
Nope. I mean, maybe I made a joke. I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Like, I mean, I'll just believe you. That if that's like all you got is like, or the best you
Oh,
got
I got
is
a
a
couple things.
conspiracy, then okay.
Oh, another question for you. Did you push the idea that I convinced Peaches that they were groomed?
No, you did.
When did I do that?
You literally said that in your video. You said that
No,
she
we're
was
talking about the
doubting.
initial.
You
Yeah,
said
she
that she was
it.
doubting that she was groomed,
Mhm.
and then you led her to the conclusion that she was. Is what you said.
I did not lead her to the conclusion.
What was your exact words? I'm paraphrasing.
Which video was that again?
That was your 4-hour long video.
All right, let me get the script for it. One moment. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Peaches was fighting the idea he was groomed despite the evidence he had shown me. I brought up some of the others' experience. Are you referring to that?
Yes.
Okay, that's not me telling Peaches absolutely you were groomed. That's me reinforcing the fact that it happened because they were doubting.
That sounds like synonyms, dude. I'm sorry. Like if
I don't think you know what synonyms are. If
Yeah.
that's the case.
Those two things are very similar. You're saying that you brought up other people's experiences to fortify the idea she was groomed, even though she was doubting that she was groomed. Like, and then
Even though
and
she
then
knew she
hold
was
on,
groomed?
hold on, and then doubting she was groomed on the basis of quote little to no evidence of there ever being a grooming in the first place, which is what you
Where are
said.
you getting that idea from?
You literally
Where's the idea
said
that I never said there's little evidence. Are you stupid?
you said little in the way of evidence was your exact words
In that video.
in that video.
Here, let me pull that up. Okay, I know what you're meaning in reference to that. There's more in the way of evidence than's probably being sat there, so I figured that's a fair point. Since there's little in the way of evidence, I guess that meant in the sense of like ABC, but I do have like the entire chat log that she gave me, so okay, that's fair. Next point.
Yeah, and whenever you go through said chat log, like their messages back and forth and all that shit, it doesn't really prove grooming. The only thing it really proved at all, actually, honestly, is that she was into the guy and he was into her, right? Which is bad. But the point is, and bear in mind, like I want to make this very clear, I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination this guy is not a weird fuck that should get the wall, because it doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, like it kind of looks like, from what little I've seen, I haven't seen the whole thing, but from what I've seen, what has been shown to the public, she appears to be the one pushing for this entire thing. And then later on down the road, all of a sudden, she was groomed.
So it's not grooming if the victim's into it.
It is, I mean, it's not grooming if you're jailbait.
It still is, Vlad. That's dumb.
No, it's not.
You know, laughing doesn't.
Is. That's
Laughing
not what
does not
grooming is,
impact them,
dude.
You're right.
That is
All right.
not
Then what's
what
grooming,
is.
dude? Then what is it, dude?
You have to actually intend to groom somebody. You don't accidentally groom people.
And you don't think him preparing this individual for sexual encounters was grooming?
You have not shown any evidence of that, because all I've seen publicly is that she was already like and here's the thing, this may be her fault and your fault, don't know. But the fact of the matter is, like, I've never seen the beginning of this conversation. And from all the conversations I've seen, which could be out of context, she's the one that approached him. He even went as far as to say, I shouldn't be talking to you. And then she
And still
convinced
did.
him, and he convinced, and then she went out of her way to try and convince him to continue talking to her.
And him trying to push her into a sexual relationship somehow isn't grooming because she's into
I
it?
have not seen that anywhere.
I'm telling you that's what happened. So your point was initially that it's not grooming if they're the one that
It is
pushes
not.
or that
It is
they're
not
into it.
grooming based on the evidence that I've seen. Based on the evidence I've seen no evidence of him trying to push her in a sexual relationship. As I
Okay,
just
what do you
said,
consider-
I
what do
haven't
you
seen
consider
the
evidence of
beginning.
it?
I don't know. Like if it was at the beginning of the conversation, it was all innocent. She did not at all push for it at the start, and he brought that all on himself. Like if he just like randomly started being the one doing it. Yeah.
So in your idea, grooming is only grooming if the younger party is not initially or actively interested and has to be pushed into it.
Yeah, grooming literally means you're pushing somebody who's not into something. Yeah.
It means you're trying to prepare somebody for sexual encounters in this context, Vlad.
Okay, well, where is the evidence of him pushing somebody into sexual encounters? Where is it? Because I have not seen it anywhere. Nobody has shown that.
Okay. I can have that passed to you whenever we're done here, and you can look through it all you want.
Sweet. Because like, and I'll tell you this, like if I see evidence of that, I'll even take down my fucking video. So,
Okay.
you know, like no biggie.
So is your essential point against me is that you feel like I have grossly misrepresented you and that I've tarnished your your public image unfairly?
No, I don't really particularly care about my public image. I just think you're a hypocrite.
You don't care about your public image, but you're concerned with how I voice things and how it makes you look?
I'm concerned with people that say I never lie and then lie.
What did I lie
I'm
about, Vlad?
concerned with people who say they're predator hunters and that they
Mhm.
all like and through that care only about virtues and all that other shit and then
Only about
contradict like
virtues.
half their virtues, their
Hmm.
standards.
Every human being's a
So,
hypocrite, including you, Vlad. So what's your point?
oh yeah, where am I a hypocrite?
You have a problem with doxing, but you don't have a problem with doxing.
Who said I didn't have a problem with doxing?
Your actions, Vlad.
Are you referring to the screenshot you cited and poorly, and I mean poorly quoted? That one?
Which one? What are we talking about?
The DM conversation between me, Kaz, that douchebag neither you or I like. I can't remember his name. You said he should shoot himself.
Kurova Milkbar.
Kurova. Yeah, Kurova. I
Mhm.
never liked him. And your complaint was that I didn't say anything immediately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything at all, not even immediately.
Yeah. The reason I didn't say anything at all is because of two things. Number one,
Mhm.
at the time I was under the impression you were already doxxed on Kiwi Farms. Way later on, I learned that doesn't seem to be the case. Because I don't know if you heard, but I made a whole video about Kaz's doxing server that I didn't know existed until, well,
Well,
I made
it's
the
not just
video.
that, Vlad. They didn't say they
But
were going to dox me.
oh, who was it?
They said they were going to dox Senate members. They didn't mention my name,
Oh,
Vlad.
Senate members. So
Mhm.
here's my real question. What
Mhm.
am I supposed to do about it? Say, no, please don't do that.
Well, I don't know, Vlad. Whenever Pizza made it a point that he might dox Cass if Cass goes after somebody else completely unrelated, you made an entire post on Twitter about how you disavow it and how you don't want to be involved when that was in your server.
I had a whole conversation with
Mhm.
Pizza, and I didn't
Mhm.
say I was against Pizza doxing Kaz because I'm against doxing. I said I was against Pizza doxing Kaz because I didn't want Kaz getting a redemption arc through being doxed because I underestimated the level of cowardness he has.
So
This is
you
a
don't
whole
have a problem.
conversation.
So you don't have a problem with doxing.
Doxing Kaz specifically in that moment, no. Like outside of what I posed, no. Like doxing's inevitable. Like I'm gonna get doxed inevitably. There's nothing I can do about it. You got doxed, right?
I doxed myself.
Or that. Like, dude, everybody's gonna get doxed. Like, tell me I'm wrong. Like, are we all gonna get doxed? There's nothing I can do about it. Do I think it's creepy behavior? Yeah. Do I think anybody can stop it? No. There's like nothing anybody can do. I can say, no, please don't do that all day long. But you know what? Number one, Kurova's a fucking moron. Do you actually think he has the intelligence to justify like doxing literally anyone?
Justify or intent or ability to do?
The ability to do.
I don't know.
Well, you should know. He's a fucking moron. Like, he doesn't have that level of intelligence. Secondly, he was making a suggestion for other people to do it, if I remember correctly.
No, he said he was going to hand off Senate doxers to a specific pedophile.
Who?
There's some sort of diaper pedo that got busted a long time ago that they've been taking the piss out of. I can't remember. Black Shadow, I think his name was. All these people have goofy names, you know that. But he mentioned it. In fact, he wanted to get a whole bunch of lollicoms to go after us as well. That's the one thing you said, nah, I'm not into that. So I found it odd that you didn't say anything about doxing.
I have no idea who the hell you're talking about.
Well, I'm barely remembering a guy's name too, but that's what Kurova was saying. That he was going to get Senate doxes and hand it off to a pedophile.
So do you think me saying no, please don't, it would stop him? Like, no, actually, here's a better question. Do you think that I was there reading every single fucking message?
You were there 2 messages down.
Okay. Do you think I read every fucking message, especially from Kurova?
Are you going to tell me you didn't? Because I'd actually believe that if you did tell me that, Vlad.
Yeah, like I don't care about fucking Kurova. Like, I don't think you realize how much I don't like Kurova.
Well, clearly not. I had no idea that you thought he was stupid and that you hated him.
Yeah, I've been saying for years the best line you ever said is that he should put a revolver in his mouth and pull the trigger till it stops clicking.
Yeah, he got really mad about that. I'm sorry, he said he was hurt.
It was funny.
That was funny.
But anyway, the point is, though, I need to move on to a great question. Why did you think it was a good idea for you to threaten me and mine?
I didn't threaten you.
Yes, you did.
What's the threat?
Namely, my child.
How did I threaten your child?
I mean, do I need to pull up and screen share the actual thing you said?
I got the script right here for you, buddy.
Okay, read it.
Happy to reread it out. Let me get to your section. I said, he's fine with all of this. You'd assume a man with a child in his care wouldn't be making such a spectacle of himself in this manner online. Yet here he is in his late 30s and being fine with threatening people with sexual assault. How is that a threat towards you and yours?
No, keep reading.
Okay. In his latest video, highlighting the sexual harassment others and myself has faced is a joke. Some people have cited my age as a reason that I shouldn't be able to change for the better. And if that's the rightful standard we're setting, then he should be held to the same one. I've been told by another person that Gilded sounds tired, that he wants to stop getting involved in stuff like this. So here's his chance to punch out and stop pretending like he's going to come back on top. Because sooner or later, his actions will come back to his doorstep and the police in his area will eventually get involved. It's amazing what you'll be given when you follow leads of people who know your MO. Amazing indeed. So where's the threat?
Yeah. So what leads were you given, LIO?
What makes you think I was given leads? I said
you literally
it's
said
amazing,
it's amazing
what you'll be given. I said it's amazing what you'll be given when you follow leads, not that I was given leads.
Oh, I'm sorry. What leads were you following, LIO?
I looked at some of your old Twitter activity.
Okay. So in what universe is in the same paragraph going from he has a kid to police at his door not a threat?
Because
especially when
sooner or later, its intention, Vlad, is to get your attention. Because sooner or later, and it did get your attention, sooner or later, Vlad, you're going to run into somebody who isn't me, who's going to be able to do the same things and might actually do something. Pay attention.
That's not what you said.
I literally said
no. You made a
because
threat.
Sooner or later, his actions will come back.
Will come back to bite him. And then you said it's amazing what leads you'll get whenever you follow or whatever the fuck wording you said. That's a threat. You're making a threat. And what's funny is that everything you just said is the opposite of what I was told before, because you had said to somebody else entirely that the reason you said that was because apparently I use my child as a shield against doxing, or as you put it, consequences. So which is it?
It's both, Vlad. And
Oh,
thought we
when
were
have
gonna
I
talk
done
about
that?
Family.
Huh?
Are we going to talk about family in this call or not, Vlad?
When did I? What? Whose family?
That's not a banned topic.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
not. I thought it was.
No,
Okay.
No.
Cool.
no.
Cool. That makes things easier then. Anytime somebody gets close to you, Vlad, and somebody finds out things about you, because I do have some calls that you didn't think were still around that are now unlisted, where every single time anybody gets close to your information or makes it clear they have it, you freak out. And the first thing you bring up, I have a kid.
I freak out, huh?
Yeah, you do.
So the only time that I remember, which I'm pretty sure this is the case, but I would love to hear those calls. The only time that I ever brought up my kid was whenever your people were threatening to call CPS on me.
My people were threatening to call CPS.
Yes, your people. You
My
actually addressed one of them, which was Grim Reaper, which was weird because he was later banned out of the Senate, not for threatening to call CPS, mind you. No.
Nope.
Because he sexually harassed somebody or something like that, right? Yeah, that's a weird line that it's really, really bad to, sexually harass somebody, but it's slightly less bad to, destroy a child's life.
Destroy a child's life. Well, aren't we being melodramatic today?
Yes,
More importantly,
absolutely.
Vlad, I think it's interesting that it's really, really, really bad to maybe go about with information, but being there and talking about passing off doxes of people to a pedophile or to get lolicons involved. Oh, that's not a line.
I didn't know the guy was a pedophile or even who he fucking was. So like you bringing that up is malicious framing.
How is that malicious framing? I'm not even referring to the person you were talking to, dork.
You just said passing around, like me saying nothing about somebody passing around shit to a pedophile.
He literally said it was a pedophile.
No, he actually didn't. I went and verified that. He never said that.
Bring it up then.
I believe I sent this to somebody. Let me check. Because I was not anticipating this getting brought up, actually.
What?
I didn't think about it.
What did you think about?
This call and some other elements. Like there's other things I figured you would deny, but I did not think you would actually just insert Kurova saying this is a pedophile. That's nuts.
Well, let me see if I can find the log. Channel.
I thought I sent it to this person. That's okay. I have the logs.
Yeah, I do too. Just got to find out where I put them.
Well, I mean, yeah.
At least we're both horribly disorganized. Oh, hold on. Oh, you're going to hear some words you'd be happy to hear. You're right. You said it was Black Shadow Diaper Boy. I just assumed, I suppose, that the word pedophile was brought up because that's what he is.
Well, I have no idea who that is.
Oh, fair enough then.
Like, in other words, like, actually, honestly, in the context of that conversation, I'm pretty sure he's talking about a Kiwi.
No, Black Shadow Diaper Boy is a pedophile.
But is he a Kiwi? Like, I mean,
I highly doubt it. He's...
Well, if you scroll up in those logs, we were talking about Kiwi farms.
I'm not in the logs. I'm in the screen cap I took.
Okay, well, there was spamming of logs. Like, what we were talking about in here, by the way, was Zerkalo primarily. You did not get brought up nearly as much as Coyote and Zerkalo, and I believe Blue Mirror were the main topics that came up. And this is like one of the issues is that this was 8 months before Coyote got found out for the Sappho bit, but everybody ignored me mentioning the honeypot in my initial video, which, to be fair, I left it very vague. And also, to be fair, I need to clarify something because I only recently caught on to this. You took my video wrong. So when I said, like, so if I don't know, let's see if you remember this line. LIO, or not LIO, Coyote Lovely is pretending to be a pedophile hunter. Only to hoard pedophiles or victims for him and his friends to fuck. Something along those lines, right?
Yes.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the two people in that call. However, or in that video, that was mainly referencing. However, that is, as I said, my bad. And also that comes at the back of you and I having an argument on Twitter where I called you a pedophile. So that was my fault. So, but I was referring to Blamir and Zerkalo in that.
Well, as somebody who is sometimes, probably more often than I want to, because I have made it very clear I sometimes struggle with proper wording and communicating what I'm actually thinking, I can accept that.
Yeah, but that was never the intent there. And in that, like, it wasn't just you. Apparently, you could argue that I called Norden, like I referred to Norden too, because I think Norden, I mentioned, like, I gave a list of weird people, and I think I listed Norden just before you. So, like, there's a bunch of other people. So the point I'm getting at, though, and the reason I bring this up is because 8 months later, it took 8 months for anybody to actually magically look into the same shit that I had already brought up. And you called it conspiracy theory, had a discussion with me and all this shit over it, and never looked at the logs or the Kiwi logs that I provided in the description of that video. And even in the video specifically said to look in the description because there were things I can't say. So, like, at that time, for instance, there was discourse on whether or not you could say grooming on social media. And so I was afraid to even say grooming. So the point is like, all you had to do was look at the Kiwi Farm threads. And we got in a conversation with you and Coyote. And I think you and Coyote came in at different times. But regardless, neither one of you ever bothered looking at the Kiwi Farms thread. Well, actually, he did. He just didn't bother to look into anything or to address anything at all. But you never looked into it. Had you looked at those Kiwi Farm threads ahead of time, this whole thing would have been seen coming ahead of time.
You could very well be correct about that.
Because this entire thing.
That's the Carlo thread you're talking about?
Yes, was made in, I believe, June of 2022.
I tried looking at that. And honestly, I did try looking at that thread, but it was a pain because not only were there just claims that had literally no backing, but some of the links were also broken from the OP themselves. So it was very difficult to parse through. Like, specifically when they were talking about him killing his birds, every link they tried to post was dead. There was nothing it could point to. So it was very difficult to try to parse through that thread on my end.
But LIO, that doesn't make any sense. Because didn't you say that it's your obligation to look into it when serious allegations come your way?
Yeah, and I looked into the allegations against Coyote, and Zacarlo was already out of Coyote's life by the time you made your video.
No. Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. And you had a recorded call with both of them like a month or two prior to that video that nobody knew about. Was it a month or two?
I thought it was a few months before.
Okay, fine. It might have been 3 months.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
The point is, actually, no, it wasn't. So anyway, my video was done in August. And they had moved out. You correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was May because honestly, they had a fire.
Look, I'm going to be 100% with you, Vlad. I care so little about Coyote at this point. I don't remember everything concerning it, but I do know they moved out during a fire or due to a fire. Yes.
Yeah. So, but the point is, it's like nobody had access to that call. Like Zerkalo, like, okay. This is what pisses me off, right? Like, everybody had the persona pins, right? What? All like the persona the persona pins or persona pins clip, right? That was milked into oblivion when everybody was going after Zerkalo, right?
Yep.
But there was a clip from the exact same call that would be later used against Coyote. which is very strange because that call, when you listen to it in its entirety, only makes Coyote look bad.
Oh no, you're definitely right on that in retrospect. No question on that
It's
one.
not retrospect. It doesn't take retrospect. I don't understand. Like I don't get it. Like I listened to the call and I'm like, dude, like this guy is obviously a piece of shit. Like, how did you guys not see this? Like, this is nuts. I don't understand. Like,
Because
and
Coyote,
especially after I made my video, because this was before my video.
Mhm.
My video does nothing but support that recording.
because at the time we talked to Zacarlo, Coyote had essentially convinced me that Zacarlo was, well, you're going to find this term odd, but I don't mean it in the way you might think, but not well, and that
Mhm.
therefore they were going to be erratic. And that's why I
Okay.
got extremely frustrated in talking to them. As far as your video, it was about Coyote. You brought up Zacarlo as a point, but it was mostly about Coyote. Zacarlo was out of the picture. Why would I concern myself with Zacarlo?
Because he was continuing to defend Zerkalo, even in the conversation we had months later. Like, he didn't actually go after Zerkalo at all until just before everybody went after him, like a month before.
You know why?
Because I don't remember actually.
Because Coyote said that he didn't have sufficient evidence, and he decided he'd only throw his hat in the ring if Zacarlo did something. I can't even remember. I just asked you that question as though I had the immediate answer on hand, and I completely forgot what it was. All I know is it was dumb.
Uh-huh. Well, the point that I'm trying to make here is that you call me a conspiracy theorist, but and you called me that initially over that video, which is weird because I was right from the start.
And
And
I've granted you that?
no, you haven't.
I haven't.
No.
I literally
you
told you were right about Coyote when we started this conversation.
I
we
don't
were
remember
talking.
that. But okay.
My
I
goodness.
don't remember you ever
Wow.
saying that. I remember you saying that I was right about something. I don't remember it being
It was
that.
Coyote, you dork. Oh my god. You were talking about
It's
you made a
10
conspiracy
o'clock.
theory.
Okay.
I get it. That's why we're not doing this for 2 hours. But no, like I said, your conspiracy theory. You said, well, I was right about Coyote. I'm like, okay, yeah, you were right about Coyote. However, ... I granted you that.
Okay. All right. I didn't catch it. I remember what you said now. You said conspiracy theorist is right every now and then. Correct. Yeah, I remember that now. I
should have had
didn't
this in the morning.
I didn't actually no, that would not have been a good idea. But
I know why not, but you know what I mean by that.
So
You know
one
what
of
I
the
mean.
things that I have to ask here
Go for it.
is why is it? See, because like my issue, because I brought up shit talking earlier. So my issue is I've noticed that you like to, well, not just you, but your community, but namely you, because that's what matters here, like to go around and try to convince people to disassociate from me. Why do you do that?
Because I find it very strange that anybody would want to talk to somebody who makes it very clear that they're just an edgy troll who doesn't really have much in the way of a purpose outside of just being a dick to people. And the fact, but hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, god damn it.
It's a fucking pizza, isn't it?
It's a pizza. Please tell me it's a pizza. It's a pizza.
Fucking pizza.
We taking bets on who the pizza is from?
It's from Two Black Two Strong.
Oh, Jesus fucking
Please.
Christ. Okay, well,
Give me
He said
pizza,
it in
bro.
he said it in the arena channel.
fuck's sake. It's just, it's not even funny. It's just cucks the content. It's real fucking annoying.
Yeah, it does. Oh, Christ.
Okay, whatever. I thought it was
Give me
Gidget.
pizza, bro.
Oh,
I thought
fuck
it
my
was his
life.
cat.
No, it was not Gidget scratching the door. That was also on the bingo card.
Where are we at with the bingo cards? Which is the main?
Dude, I got a bingo.
I almost
got
have
bingo.
a bingo. I almost have a bingo.
I don't know how's the chat doing. You guys got a bingo? I got a bingo.
Yeah, chat
you know-
chat seems to be doing well on my side.
Hold on. Really quick, Stardust, if you want to be able to talk, you might have to leave chat and come back. So that the roll takes.
Yeah, some people got bingos.
I don't have a bingo yet, damn it. I'm literally 1 away from a bingo. Oh, there
Why
you are.
why don't I have permissions to use video?
Because I turned it off for everyone.
But why?
Because.
She's not special, Gilded.
Hello?
Yep, there you are, Stardust. Hi.
Hey, Star.
Rude.
I was gonna say, how do we know he's not in McDonald's right now?
Because that would make a full bingo.
Oh, actually, that's not on my bingo card. I hope that doesn't make a full bingo. That's not
I
on the
didn't
bingo
know that
card.
there was a. I didn't know there was a bingo card. Could somebody send that to me?
It's they're all in the Welcome to the Thunderdome channel. All of them.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. If you want the link, I think. Ooh, I think there's a. Here, I think there's a link. I don't know if it refreshes though. Let me check. Oh no, it doesn't. Oh wait, maybe. No. Who has the original Thunderdome bingo link? Someone from Enla. Oh my gosh. From Enla server.
How you feeling? How you feeling, Vlad?
All right, your stream is the official stream now. And the reason why is because mine just would not work. Apparently, StreamYard does not.
Listen,
record
listen.
audio
I
from
haven't
Discord.
got ads turned on. They're off. This is a resource. There's no commentary from my side, so
Here you go.
you know, people can use it as they will. I got fan out of it. I'm happy. So.
Are we gonna be eating good tomorrow, Beckett?
Yeah.
No, but I'll be eating good tonight because that was a pizza delivery.
Yeah, it's pizza delivery. All right,
Got it.
I'll go back to muting now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'll say this. At least 2 black has the decency to actually pay for the pizza instead of sending the poor guy on a random run.
Yo, hey yo.
Oh, that's
for
based.
the pizza.
So I
That's
appreciate the 2 free pizzas. No, wait, hold on. I'm supposed to panic and delete everything and run away like Grimskull did to that other guy who did it. Anyways, moving on. I'm sorry, where were we? I had to knock at the door and I had to go.
Yeah. Why is it your business to go from person to person to person to paint me as Adolf Hitler?
If I painted you as Adolf Hitler, you'd be flattered.
Not really. I actually like Jews.
Somebody clip that, please.
Yeah,
I
clip
don't
it.
I don't go from person to person to person. I just don't understand why anybody associates with you, like genuinely. Because here's
Why?
what I don't understand about you. On one half, you seem like you really want to be taken seriously, but then you say, well, I have a piece of crap for a profile picture. Why would you take me seriously? It's the middle of the road stuff that I don't really get with you.
When did I ever say that I wanted to be taken seriously?
Vlad, why wouldn't you? If you're so upset about people not listening to you, why are you saying you don't want to be taken seriously?
Upset with people not listening to me. I wasn't bothered by that. I was bothered that you're just lying. Right?
What am I
Like
lying
I don't
about?
well, for example, the whole thing with you're a conspiracy theorist, like that's like insane. Like I don't know where the fuck you conjure that from. You gave a couple examples, but those examples are just like nuts. Like, oh yeah, he had a second, whatever. It's not really a conspiracy theory. I'm not talking about like an organized effort to or anything. Like I'm just saying, like, apparently all I said was your second fucking Discord account was an attempt to hide. That's not a conspiracy theory.
I'm also not going to sit here and pretend like I have the entire list put together. I didn't do that.
The point
So-
is I have this thing. I like to entertain, right? That's it. Like I like to entertain, right? And part of entertaining people at all is not to take yourself entirely seriously to the point you're a narcissistic prick, right? I'm not
You
gonna
said
take
you're a
myself.
narcissist.
Oh my god, yeah. As a joke, I don't think I'm not actually. I'm not like diagnosed with NPD, dude. Like,
Wait, hold on. Real quick. Like, where do you think I just got that from? Do you think I got that from one of your videos?
You could have gotten it from a conversation. Probably, I don't know. I make that
Doesn't
joke
that
all the time. You know.
okay? So when you claim you're a narcissist, no matter what the context or the tone of the call, it's a joke.
Oh my god, I get you have autism, but chill. Like, holy fuck. Like, yeah, pretty much.
I'm trying to understand you, Vlad. You
Okay.
should be happy about that. Chill.
I mean, Jesus, but yeah, like Gallagher calls me a fucking narcissist and says I have main character syndrome all the time, right? You know, like it's all a joke, dude. Like, I don't
Okay.
like to be honest with you, like I don't think anybody unironically goes around saying they're a narcissist. In fact, actual narcissists don't refer to themselves as narcissists.
I met plenty of people who unfortunately do run around unironically saying it. So that's probably
Well,
where
if
my
they-
perception is colored from.
I mean, maybe they said I was diagnosed with NPD, which would kind of make sense, but like, you know, like, I'm a narcissist. Like nobody, I've never met anybody that ever did that.
Okay.
It's a little weird.
So here you say it's a lie, but it seems like a lot of cases and I think we've talked about this once before, that you think any sort of misinformation is a lie. Am I wrong on that, or am I thinking about a conversation with somebody else?
No, what you said, well, you're paraphrasing a conversation. You're close. So for
Okay.
example, so what happened was you asked me, why is it that I always assume the worst in people, is what you asked. And then I said it was because of past experiences with people like Tyro in Kuwait. And Tyro in Kuwait is a convicted. He's a convicted child predator. Like he was a teacher.
Oh, that weirdo.
Yeah, he was
weirdo.
he's a teacher that
God.
like kidnapped or groomed, kidnapped, and raped a 14-year-old student.
Yeah, but you don't do that with everybody. Do you do that with Gallagher?
Do I assume the worst of Gallagher?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing, Lio. I only assume the worst of people that I have zero reason to give good faith to, namely people that show zero good faith to me, right? So whenever I say like, hey man, you know, I was a 4chan troll, you know, and I did all this fucking shit, and then I thought I could relive my 4chan bullshit, and I did, and you know, there was a consequence, which was not the people complaining. Actually, you'll find this very humorous, but and then I'm like, well, maybe this isn't such a good idea, right? And by the way, and just so you know, the reason why I stopped doing it, the reason I shot the hard drive, aside from accidentally deleting the file, because I assume you saw the end of Kumo's video where I addressed this, it's because I had people troll shielding.
Oh, fantastic.
They were trying to, like, actually, you know, one of them, Kurisu.
Oh, that guy's a freak. He came into Senate a while ago talking about how he wanted to bang my cat. I don't want that person.
But no, the point is though, is that I think looking at that, seeing all those things, and then saying you're a zoo enthusiast, I don't know, that's a little fucking weird. That's an insane thing to say, because nobody is going to come to the conclusion that you claim you were intending. Like, no one. That's an unfair thing to claim. It's untrue. That you're assuming the worst of me in that situation. If you're not going to show me good faith, why would I show you good faith? In fact, like, you claim that you were not intending to threaten me and my kid. But the question that I would have here is, why would you even bring up my kid at all in the first place? And especially use that in the same sentence as police coming to my door.
Because I was trying to get it across to you, Vlad, that sooner or later, like I was saying earlier, you're probably going to wind up pissing off some actual lunatic. That's what I was trying to get through to your head.
Probably. Yeah, and that actual lunatic will then cite your video saying, wow, he has a kid.
You hide the fact that you have a kid?
It was I mean, I tried. Yeah. It wasn't until I think it was in some stream where somebody heard my kid in the background, and then that kind of petered off a bit. The Grim Reaper guy said whatever, and then that went away. And then I was on another stream where my kid was in the background, and then immediately your community, fantastic community by the way, immediately live said the exact same thing. And hell, they even did that in your chat, in your video while it was premiering. So, like, but the point is though, is like, you highlighted it. So most people would have just seen maybe the odd incident here and there that could have easily, and I think they were even deleted, like not the streams, but they were clipped out. But you highlighted it and you pinpointed it. Well,
you were on a stream a while ago. I can't even remember the guy's name to be 100% with you. It was after I dropped the first Fox Mafia video where you and him go back and forth on the value of animal lives and the fact that you have a kid, and you go into some detail about that, and that's still out there. It's not unlisted. It's still public.
I'm sorry. Can you wait, hold on. You don't have any memory of what that was?
I don't know the guy's I don't know the guy's channel name. He was connected to that God, what's his name? He has the Mega Man sort of profile picture. He's an auto mechanic.
Sparky's Tech Corner.
Yeah, he's somehow connected to him, but I can't remember the exact details. You
mean the guy that defends Tyro, like that guy?
No, he's connected to him, but it's not that guy.
Okay, Rogue.
Oh shoot, I couldn't remember. You'd have to show me
Antoine. There was Help for the Guild List was another one, but I was never on one of his streams.
I have no idea. I'd have to try to dig and find it, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't know what stream you're referring to, but all those people, all those people, a lot of the information that got out, like for example, my first name, was because of them.
I thought that was because of Tonka Sauce people.
Well, I mean, who do you think broadcasted it? Right, Tonka Saw did. Like, Tonka Saw is a person. His name was a viable ninja. A viable ninja posted a tweet about it, and then like shortly after, like deleted his entire, or actually his Twitter account got taken down.
No,
not
it's still
because
there.
of me. Okay, well, whatever. The point is that a viable. How would you know if a viable ninja's Twitter is still up? But
Vlad, where do you think I got that information?
But the video that he posted is no longer there. And
yes,
what was the video?
Was it the video showing you connected to a very specific band and tracing you from there?
Yes.
Yes, then yes, that video's still there, Vlad.
Man, you dug really fucking hard. Holy shit. Like, goddamn. That's a lot of work, dude. You're going back like to 2017.
It's not as much work as you think it is. The hardest thing, Vlad, is finding out how many doggone Twitter accounts you have.
I had 17.
Why?
Because it's fun. I mean, how many do you have? How many times were you banned?
Once.
I thought it was twice, but okay, fair enough.
Once. I got banned because I made fun of Zoophiles, and I got banned for mocking someone's sexuality.
But no, I just think it's weird to go through all that effort. Like, what was the purpose?
Trying to remember what the exact purpose was, to be 100% with you. That's something I might have to just send you non-publicly.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't understand what the fuck you're saying. Like, what? Like, I don't understand what purpose you would have to go and find all that information. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, for example, D-Weasel that was here earlier before he got banned, he had no real reason to go through a bunch of shit to find out whether or not some person that claimed to be a lawyer is a lawyer or not, right? There was no reason for that, but it was in your defense. I mean, this is like one of the big issues with
the thing is,
community.
I don't even know if it's in my defense, because people have told me flat out DeWeasel doesn't like me.
He literally named the video in the defense of LIO Convoy.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he likes me and wants to defend me as a person.
He doesn't have to defend you. He doesn't have to like you to defend you.
So weird.
Like, I'm just saying.
Hold on. What do you think exactly is my fault when it comes to my community?
You suck at gatekeeping. Oh, essentially, it's one of them. Yeah.
We both share that one.
I don't. If somebody in my server, for example, went around doxing people, I would ban them out of my server.
Why?
Why? because I don't want to be associated with the guy that sits around all fucking day looking for personal information on people. That's fucking
So with
weird.
you, it's about the weirdness, not about the principle of being anti-doxing.
I mean, like, look, dude, if it's all public information, there's not really much I can say, right? So, for example, you acquired my first name through those means, right? I can say that it's fucking weird, but there's not really anything I can't call you a doxer because all that shit was public and half of that was my fault, right?
Mhm.
I'm the one that created that account and linked that account with with a picture, right? So I had a picture on that one account that was also on my Twitter account, and somebody just reverse image searched it, and it was my fault. That was bad OPSEC, right?
Okay.
That's not really doxing. However, if I acquire your fucking address that is not really meant to be public information, and which you have the same standard, right? Like, for example, you've said if you're in the white pages, it's not doxing.
Mhm.
So, like, it's the same thing. So the point I'm getting at is, yeah, if it's something like that, all I can really complain about is it's fucking weird. Which it
Okay,
is fucking weird.
Let's back this up because you kind of went around the ring on this one. So I want to make sure I get this right. It's because it's weird, not because it's public information and it makes you uncomfortable to somebody does it, but because of the sitting around and finding it that it's weird and you don't want to be associated with that type of behavior.
Yeah, I don't want to harness a community of people that go around doxing people just because they criticize me. Yeah, that'd be the smart thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Like if they want to go around, spamming other people and harassing them and all that other shit, sure, I don't give a shit. That's not, I don't give a fuck, right? If you don't like being harassed on the internet, you can fucking unplug. But the question then that it all comes back to, though, again, why is it any of your business to try and curtail who I do and do not associate with?
Because I find you to be a strange and deranged human being, and I think that it's in the best interest of other people
How?
to.
Why
I've already
is
told you how.
Why is that? Why is that why does it matter what other people think? Why does it matter what the issue with other people is? Like, why is that? Why do you feel like you have to be this moral crusader on the internet?
Vlad, you're the same way.
No, I'm not.
That's literally what you're doing right now. You take umbrage with my morals, and therefore you are trying to compete with it using your morals.
I'm
you
not.
Are morally
I'm actually using the absence of morals, if anything, right?
That is not the absence of morals.
What I'm asking is for your moral consistency. You don't have any, right? Like,
I have plenty.
Okay. But the thing is that you're sitting here like, okay, I didn't call you a zoophile. I didn't calling you a zoo enthusiast doesn't really, that doesn't mean you're a zoophile. But I'm gonna go behind closed doors and then go around and tell all these people that he has all of the zoo porn and then cut off all context right there, or he's a zoo enthusiast and then cut off all context right there. What do you think that's going to mean?
Did I tell these people you're a zoo enthusiast in their DMs? Because that's what you're claiming now.
No, but not just DMs, but VC. I don't know about DMs, but you did in VC. But whether it's in DMs or in VC, it doesn't fucking matter, right? You did. It was on Too Black. You did Too Black.
Why do you care?
Like, live.
Why do you care?
Why do I care? Because the question is, why do you care? That's what's interesting to me. What's interesting to me.
You're the one that claims that this is anti-moral.
The reason I care is because it's fucking weird. That's why I care. Like, that's very weird behavior for somebody that could just as easily ignore me.
You could ignore me as well, Vlad.
You see, that's the problem. I was going to. I was done. I had announced to everybody that I was done talking about you because you were getting boring, right? And then
still am.
And then you did this lovely thing, like bringing my child up in drama for absolutely no reason. It was wild. Like, that was completely left field. And you can say you didn't threaten me, but man, you're really running up against a pretty big army of people that all interpreted it exactly the same way.
I don't care about arguments of ad populum, Vlad.
Including your own community. No, it's not an argument of ad populum. What I'm arguing is an irresponsibility on your part to make a clear and concise message. That's what I'm saying.
Which, if you're citing a whole bunch of other people, is still that, Vlad.
Okay, it's not ad populum. I'm not saying you're right or wrong because these people say whatever, right? That's not what that's what ad populum is. What I'm saying is is that if you were better at getting your message across, if assuming you know are being genuine at all in what you said, then nobody would have misunderstood you, or at least fewer would have.
I can take that as criticism because I've gotten it before. I can accept that. But I've also learned that sometimes it doesn't matter how specific or pedantic I am about how I word things. People can still take it the absolute worst possible way. So what do you think the solution is, Vlad?
That's true. They could. But I think the solution would be not to bring up subjects like my kid in the first place, and then just before the subject comes up, say you're a vulnerable person, which is kind of weird.
You are. Everybody's vulnerable, Vlad.
What do you mean?
Exactly what I just said. Everybody's vulnerable. There's not a single person here that isn't.
Everybody's vulnerable. Like, what do you like? You got to define what you mean by that.
I mean that everybody has a weak point, or everybody has a point they won't go past, or everybody has something they're scared of.
Just because everybody has a vulnerability doesn't mean that everybody is equally vulnerable.
Did I say equally?
Yes. No. But whenever you say, whenever you say everybody's vulnerable, you are being so vague as to imply that everybody is the same in their vulnerability. This is the point. You're playing a pedantry card. You are constantly playing word games. This is a word game.
That's not a word game. That's not a word game. That is literally factually true. Everybody is vulnerable.
Everybody has a vulnerability. Not everybody is vulnerable, right? When you're talking about vulnerable people, and then you say you're vulnerable too, everybody's vulnerable. You're actually implying that I am as vulnerable as the people that you're referring to as vulnerable people. Which is weird because in the same sentence, you would also state that I'm not vulnerable. I'm like basically Adolf Hitler or something. So like that I'm gonna rape every single sensitive, vulnerable person that comes into the server. It's fucking weird. Like, I don't know. I find that strange.
Did you really take the Adolf Hitler thing and try to say that it's about vulnerability? That's goofy. You're goofy.
Did I say that's not what I did? What are you talking about? What I said is that you painted me as Adolf Hitler in regards to the people, whether like you're coddling your server like children.
Interesting. How am I coddling them like children?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? You're the one who made the claim.
I'm not done yet. I'm being sarcastic. I'm sorry. But the thing is that you are coddling them like children by not allowing them to enter spaces that might rape them. Right, or might threaten to rape them. Or, oh my god, sexual assault. Or you try to dude. Whenever you go into your server and you publicly say that they're going to sexually harass people that enter the server, right, and you say all that shit, and then you also say I'm not going to allow a link in my server. I'm not going to post it myself. You're kind of you're disincentivizing your vulnerable people from entering, and you actually opened the stream with I don't want vulnerable people entering this server, and then on top of that you spent last night reading a child's book to a bunch of people in the server. No, that's fucking weird, dude. Like,
well, you can cry about it.
You're reading a children's book to a bunch of 18-year-olds that is on par with Doodle Tones.
Actually, most of them are in their like late 20s, early 30s.
That doesn't make it better. That makes it weirder. Why are you reading children's? No, that's not funny.
Why does it offend you so much?
It's not offensive. It's weird.
It clearly does offend you.
It's weird, dude.
Definitions. You're offended by that aspect. You'll get over it.
It is weird, but it's evidence of you coddling. You're treating them like children. You even said if you're good little boys and girls, good little boys and girls, I'll read you another book.
Is that what I said?
If you're good, I added the boys and girls part. But
let's go ahead and pull up the actual thing here. Let's go ahead and pull up the actual thing here because this is fun to me. If you can all behave for one day, I'll read you a story in gallery calls because everybody was being stupid in the same chat you are constantly complaining about in this entire conversation. Your audience and this and that. It's that chat that's constantly being stupid. So yeah, I made an incentive that was funny and I got to read a goofy story.
It's weird.
I'm sorry to upset you. I'm sorry to upset you, but that's a skill issue on your end.
It's not upsetting. It's just fucking weird. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
you know what upset means?
I have a question for you. If anybody else was reading, let's say, I don't know, Sappho was reading little children's books to adults, or Coyote was reading if I was reading little children's books to adults, you would say it was weird.
Actually, if it was those two, I would say it's weird because Sappho is a child predator and Coyote has no problem sticking their tongue in one. With you, I'd probably assume it was some long-term gag and you'd end it with something horrible at the end of the story. I wouldn't think you were weird for it.
I think it's very weird, dude. I don't know what to tell you.
Care.
Like,
Why should I care what you
but
think?
it's okay, fine. Let's say it's not weird. It's still evidence of you coddling them like children.
That's not coddling them like children. That's literally
It is
having a fun time.
absolutely treating them like children.
And why would you even? Let's say I do. Let's say I do cuddle them like children. Why would you care?
I don't know, because it's fucking weird. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
There's
like,
a
you
lot
sit
of things
there-
that are weird.
You
though.
sit there,
Just
you
said,
sit
but
there,
I'm
and you
not
call
weird.
me a weirdo, and then
You
you're
are a
sitting there in your server reading children's books to fucking adults and not allowing them to enter a server because they're vulnerable.
Not
people.
allowing them? Did I put a ban on it? Did I say you can't go in there?
I mean, it was a soft ban. I mean, you
Who's
might
a
as well
soft
have.
ban?
Yeah. Well, you
Now who's making up
you
terms?
even agreed that you were disincentivizing them from entering.
I told them you shouldn't.
That
go
would
in
be a
because you're going
soft
to be
ban,
let.
yes.
That's not a soft ban, you doofus. It's a recommendation. Do you not understand the difference?
No, I don't.
Get a dictionary.
Whenever you're sitting there in a server, you're the leader of the server.
Ooh.
Just calling it a recommendation is a bit disingenuous.
No, it's exactly what it is, and you can cry about it.
Especially whenever you're the
Especially.
same guy that said that if anybody associates with Gilded Poo, I'll ban them from the server, referring to the Senate. So, like, that was that a recommendation?
I didn't ban Raven, so clearly that's not accurate.
Yeah, he was one of the good ones. He was your Uncle
One
Tom.
of the good ones.
Yeah. That was his words, by the way. That wasn't me.
Why would he just? You know what? That would be getting into the weeds. That dude's goofy too.
Oh, how is he goofy?
No, I'm saying like that phrase. That's very goofy. So you think it's a soft ban because I didn't say, "Hey guys, go into this server where people are being weirdos," but I'm the weird guy. Okay. Anything else, Vlad? Or are you just going to get offended because things aren't going your way?
I mean, I think it's going fine. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about in the sense of how I run my community.
I think you run your community like a cult. You coddle them like children because you have a cult.
I run it like if this is a cult, man, I am doing all the wrong things and I am not getting any of the kickbacks from it. I'm not making anything.
Not all cults make money. Some have Kool-Aid. But the thing is, though, is that, yeah, it's very cult-like.
Too.
So, like, for example, another thing that you do, which is pretty hilarious, is that you go out of your way to
out of my way.
You go out of your way to disincentivize people from watching my content, or yeah, like, and it's,
how do I do that?
I don't know, it's very weird. Like, you do that by saying the zoo enthusiast said this instead of addressing anything that I'm saying.
Why would I address anything you're saying when I think you're full of nonsense?
Oh yeah.
Like hold on, you said you never want to be taken seriously, so pick a lane, Vlad.
I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about your cult.
You are talking about your cult,
dude.
Why do you disincentivize them from watching my content? My content that I really want you to take seriously, but I don't
basically, no, I don't want you to take it seriously. They can watch it and laugh it off. Like, that's what would happen anyway, right? What I'm talking about is you're sitting there. Like, we can pull up the definition of a cyber cult if you want. But the point is, all right.
Cyber cult.
Oddly enough, that's actually a definition for that.
That sounds like an awesome movie.
Not really, no.
Oh, it would be. It would be. You just got to get the right team on it.
It would end up being like a really shitty fucking cyberpunk movie.
Not everything cyber has to be cyberpunk.
No, but every time they make a cyberpunk anything, they add the word cyber in it.
I'm saying it doesn't have to be cyberpunk, though. That's the point.
Whatever. Anyway, but the cult definition, because for some reason I couldn't find the definition of cyber cult, even though I found it a while ago, but whatever. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed towards a particular figure or object, right?
So where's the religious veneration?
I don't know, dude. They love you. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Oh, dude,
I mean,
there are people there who
like,
don't.
I'm going to be very clear here. Though. That comes with the territory, right? So, like, whenever you make a YouTube account, right? Like veneration, like of the YouTuber is an inevitability. Everybody's going to have glazers. There's nothing you can do about it. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to give you on that one.
Okay. So like that part is kind of like a given that unfortunately whenever you separate, so the second thing is a relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister, like basically everything I've listed so far.
That's a religious practice. That's a religious practice.
I mean, for example, whenever you had the Senate, you were having a Bible study, which was pretty fucking weird. But
yeah, we had a Bible study room because Sin asked for a Bible study room.
Who?
Cinnamon Spark.
Oh, okay. No, I thought for some reason you were talking about Mr. Sen, and I was like, what?
Oh, that would be hilarious.
But no, like you sat around and read everybody Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And they were all happy for you.
Yes, the religion of Michelangelo. Yeah. You got it.
Yeah,
right. You got it.
Goddamn right. And then a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. And what's weird is if you actually like just sit around and you look at everything you do, you're constantly trying to, like, not just me, like everybody, you are constantly trying to undermine the credibility of every single detractor you have. And it's to the extreme. I mean, to be fair, a lot of them don't even have credibility in the first place. But you go after every detractor by undermining their credibility first, and then your little community of sycophants go out of their way, for example, to attempt to dox them or to acquire their private information, which
every
again
single one of them
was exemplified. Huh?
Every single one of my detractors, man. You got some interesting claims here, buddy.
Yes, every single one of your detractors, even the
Every
little
single
ones.
one.
For example, Cato, who just made a random tweet on Twitter that you went after in your video, and then people were trying to acquire her information from your server.
It wasn't just a random tweet. There were multiple of them, and they were pretty obstinate about it. So here's my question. Do you think it's every single detractor? You sure about that? You 100% sure?
Every single detractor I've seen, yes.
Okay. Point me to where I've gotten onto the case of Chris the Narc.
You're in drama with Chris the Narc?
Chris the Narc's one of my detractors.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. I said your army of sycophants will like,
you said
I'm waiting.
I
said you undermine their credibility, which you have done in the server.
How have I done that? How have I done that to Chris? Because he's one of my detractors. Heck, Monstrous has been one of my detractors. I've had a lot of detractors. The truth of the matter is you don't like that yours was undermined.
I don't think that Monstrous would count as a detractor. And no, actually like I don't think she counts as a detractor at the moment anyway.
I don't think I count as a detractor.
I do. You have been meaner to me than anybody else in all of this.
That's fair. That's fair. I still don't count myself as a detractor.
I do.
Okay. Right.
No, I don't go after all of my detractors, Vlad. I literally wouldn't have.
I don't think you go after all of your detractors. I think you undermine the credibility of your detractors. And if you don't do it specifically, yes, all of them. Even if you don't do it specifically, you say my detractors, right? Like you go like, so, okay, here's my question. Which one of your detractors, okay, has been 100% correct on all counts ever? Which one?
None of them, because they're human.
Okay. All right. So fine. I'll give you a better question. Which ones were mostly correct about all of their accusations?
Towards me or towards other people?
Towards you, your community, either or.
That's a good question. I had to actually pour through every single one of them. I know that I had to clear up a lot of stuff with Akumu because I got a lot of stuff wrong about him. So there were things he was accurate about. You're probably trying to hope that I point it towards you, aren't you?
No.
So this is actually a genuine question from your
This
end.
is a
Okay.
genuine question that I'm asking you. Yeah, like because it
Okay,
seems to me like every
some
time you have
people-
a public detractor, they're 100% wrong or as close to it as possible. Like it's very rare that you're like, yeah, you know, you had a good point. Like it's not often the case.
Probably because you don't talk to me all that much, Vlad. But no, if you want a couple, of
I don't talk
detractors
to
that have
you.
it, yeah,
Hold up.
and I don't talk to you.
Yeah, no, yeah, I was gonna say like I was open, been
Okay,
open.
we
Like,
do not
you could have
talk to each
messaged me
other
at any
then.
point.
We do not talk to each other.
There you
Is that
go.
more accurate for you? Thank you.
That's fine.
Cinebear did a really good video about a call I was in. That was pretty solid. I think that Stardust had some extremely valid points, even though, unfortunately, what's happened.
You
Yeah.
debated her on almost every point. I don't even
No, I didn't
remember which
debate
points
her
were
on
that
every
she was
point.
right on.
I didn't debate her on every point. You can't debate a single person on every point. I'm literally telling you right now that I
Which
have
points was
detractors
it?
that have been, that I should have had more information before getting into all of this, that I should have been better educated. Sometimes the way I hold myself may not be the best in terms of how I go about things. I had to go back and re-listen to the entire stream. I have slept since then, but I've also been pretty clear in my server that I think Stardust and Barbe both had valid points, and I actually appreciate the criticism from them.
But yeah, like one of the things that you'll often do is you'll use people, like use associations, I mean to say, sorry. You'll use the associations of other people to undermine the credibility of those criticizing you.
Yeah, that's been a valid point. It's been a valid point. It's something I'm actually genuinely trying to work on.
Because yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's news to me. All right. Because as far as I've seen, you've still done the whole guilt by association thing. So
You know, the thing is, I have a hard time understanding exactly what that means, because whenever I ask somebody, it's different than what other people have said, but we can get into the weeds on that one later.
I mean, okay. I think the definition is pretty like in the name, but all right. But yeah, like that's been a pretty big issue. I think like a cool example too, actually, another thing that happened recently, Logrovert released a video, right? And I don't know if you actually watched it or not, but instead of well, okay, cool. Instead of watching it, your immediate response was, well, you know, I help him and look what I get in response, you know, that kind of thing. You know, like that's an insane like you're immediately undermining the credibility of the video before you even watched it.
Because Lago Verde said some unhinged things in my live chat before as well. I'm not obligated to give everybody credibility, Vlad. If I was sitting here watching every video by every detractor, I would not be able to.
I'm not criticizing you for whether or not you do that. What I'm making the point of, because there's a big picture here. What I'm making the point of is to your community. Whenever you just immediately undermine the credibility of the person, right? How do you think your community responds to that?
I would hope my community would have the wherewithal to make their own decisions, Vlad.
They don't have the wherewithal to enter this server.
I wonder why. These are completely separate things.
They're like these are people that don't have the intelligence or the testicular fortitude to enter a server, and yet these motherfuckers are expected to be smart enough to take anybody's word but yours.
Intelligence. You ever thought maybe they found out what was going on in the server and chose not to do it because the server?
Okay, so then they're just cowards. Then okay, fair.
Okay, so you think they're cowards because they don't live up to your values and what you would do?
I think that if you're afraid of the internet, you should unplug.
So you think it's a fear of the internet instead of specific spaces that can cause them trouble?
I think if you're afraid of literally any element of the internet, you should unplug.
Well, then I guess everybody here needs to unplug, including you.
Why should I unplug?
You literally just got on to me saying that I put out the fact that you had a kid out in the open. You're afraid of something, Vlad. It's on the internet. Then
unplug. You could potentially call CPS on me, you know, but that's not on the internet. I could unplug. Yeah, absolutely. But why would I? But why would I do that? Why would I do that as opposed to confronting the person that brought it up in the first place?
Do you
Unlike
think the
these
internet?
people,
Do you think the internet and real life don't have interconnectivity?
I think they do to a lesser degree than you make it out to be. Yes, but I mean, I don't think they do to totalistically, but I think they do a little bit, right? Like, I think if I went on the internet and typed in my name anywhere and publicly, like, yeah, absolutely, it could affect my real life. I mean,
But
like,
here's the
just
thing.
just because something affects my real life doesn't necessarily mean I can't unplug it and go away, right?
And on
I can
top of
push
that,
a
this
fucking
thing,
button and it's all gone. It's not reality.
the server was posted in my server under info directory, and it literally states what the link's for and what the chat's like. People had every decision of their own to go in there if they chose to.
And who posted that in there?
Trinket box.
Yeah. And but you had already disincentivized them from doing so.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people in that server are vulnerable. They've
Because
been victims of sexual assault and harassment, and I don't want them to be re-triggered.
so then they wouldn't do it.
Or they would choose not to of their own because they recognize their own limits.
So then they're cowards. It's
I don't
pretty
care
simple,
about,
dude.
I don't care about your personal opinion about their level of courage, Vlad. You are
No,
irrelevant in that.
No, but you do care about whether or not they're vulnerable, right?
Absolutely.
And here's my question. Do you think having this safe space of vulnerable people actually helps them in the real world?
Well, it depends on what we do with that safe space. The server's only been around for a couple months.
I mean, let's say it's been 5 years. Like, same question. I don't care.
I think that if it's been 5 years and people, within reason, of course, because there are some people, like people who have PTSD, it's a lot harder to work through. I think that if they haven't made any progress at all, then that's a bigger issue that needs to be addressed. But within 5 years, I would hope people would be stronger by then.
I don't know. Like, if they're in their 20s and 30s, there's pretty much no hope for them if they're still vulnerable, even if they're in a server for 5 years. Like, but why do you think they would be stronger for being in that server?
Depends on what we do going forward in the server. Depends on how we discuss things, how we conduct ourselves around people, what recommendations we make for them, depending on what they have. Or maybe guiding them to people who can help them better in their real life and therefore strengthen them that way. It all varies.
Uh-huh. And why is that your responsibility? Or why do you feel like it's your responsibility, I should say?
I care about people.
Why?
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, what the motivation is, because you used to predator hunt because you said you cared about people, and then you allegedly stopped doing that. You said you were going to stop doing accountability calls, and then from what I've seen so far, you've done 2 actually in the last month.
When did I say? Hold on. When did I say I'd stop doing accountability calls?
I was pretty sure you did that in an announcement, where you said you weren't equipped to do accountability calls.
Yeah,
I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me.
That was 2 weeks. That was 2 weeks ago, Vlad.
Yeah,
You haven't had a call like that.
Month.
We haven't had a call since then.
Okay. I'm just said there was 2 last month. I don't know what your point is. Like,
my point, Vlad, is
after that call, you made the announcement that you're not going to do it anymore. Yeah, I didn't say otherwise. Like, what are you trying to correct here?
I got my wires crossed. I do apologize. It is 11 o'clock at night.
Cool. So the reason I bring that up is because you say you care about people, but the problem is I don't think you care about them as much as you say you do.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because, and I can't say who it is, but do you remember having a call on May 2nd this year?
No, not really.
You don't remember having a call on May 2nd of this year?
You do realize how many calls I have been in?
Okay, let me rephrase. An accountability call.
Are you talking about Sasu?
Oh, you said it. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I find it incredibly fucked up that entire call, I think, was pretty fucked up. And the reason I think it was fucked up was because you had Ponder Sprocket manipulate him into divulging information that he, quote, said he would take to his grave. No, it was straight up manipulation. You can chuckle all you want. And then you banned him. And then you banned him from your server the moment that he started announcing suicidal ideation that you bullied him into. You and
he
Sonny.
Wasn't bullied. He wasn't bullied.
Dude, you threatened him with a police visit, dude. He was going
Wasn't
nuts,
bullied.
and you
He
put
wasn't
yes.
bullied.
So
You
you
are
don't think
so
threatening
dishonest.
somebody with the? Do you think
What did I say? What did I
you
say?
threatened him with the police visit?
What did I say, Vlad?
He said that he had a homicidal ideation about somebody. Okay,
Mhm.
a guy, by the way, that you could have just banned. By the way, this is the third time you've had a conversation with this guy. Third
Mhm.
time.
Go ahead.
All you had to do was ban this guy, and he
Go ahead.
said that he had an intrusive thought. Not ideation, my bad, an intrusive thought about killing somebody. And you used that to accuse him of violence.
Did I?
Of being a violent person. Yes. You accused him of being a violent person.
He
Or
said
a
he was a
dangerously
violent
violent person.
He said he was a violent person. Vlad, go
Oh,
re-listen to the
cool.
call.
Who did he hurt? I've listened to it twice. Who did he hurt?
He never stated that he hurt anybody.
He actually explicitly stated that he didn't hurt anybody because he was asked that question. So how does that, like, the most violent thing he admitted to, from what I heard in the call, was he like punched something like an inanimate object, right? And then he threw something at like you said, towards his parents or something. And from what I was told, he actually just hit a table with whatever object. So he hasn't
not true.
actually. I mean, maybe it's not. But
It's not.
the point is, though, is that I haven't heard the second call that you were referencing. But the point I'm getting across here is that, and bear in mind as well, I don't like Sasu. In fact, I don't like any of the. Make this very clear. There isn't very many calls that you've had where I'm like, I like that person. So before you say I'm defending him because I like him, that's not the case. But the point I'm getting across here is you and Sonny sat there and tag teamed him, and then used Ponder Sprocket to weaponize empathy against him and to get him to admit to things that he would have never admitted before.
This is what I mean when I say that you have conspiracy theories, Vlad.
This is absolutely not a conspiracy theory.
It
And
absolutely is,
it
because
is
you
not
are
a
putting
conspiracy theory.
you are putting a whole bunch of intent that you have no evidence for. Where's the manipulation, Vlad?
Dude, the whole 24 minutes of her sitting there going, it's okay. This is a safe space. You can say whatever you want. And
It's
then
not
he says,
manipulation.
the thing. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's
It's not.
weaponizing therapy bullshit. And then he comes out and then he says it.
No.
And then 5 seconds later, you immediately jump on him like flies on shit.
You got anything else?
For the thing that he said. Yeah, I do. And then after that, after you banned him from that server while he was in the middle of tard raging and proclaiming that he was going to rip his fucking eyeballs out of his skull, and whenever you banned him and said nope, then the next thing that comes out of somebody's mouth, I can't remember exactly who it was, but I think it was you or Crystal, one of the two, was make sure he understands the line in the sand and text him. You know, the best and most perfect time to do that, and when he's in the middle of potentially fucking killing himself. Genius. 10 out of 10.
He wasn't in the middle of potentially killing himself.
How do you know?
How do you know he was?
I don't know.
Vlad?
I don't know. I said that
You're
potentially.
right. You
I said
don't know
potentially.
because you don't know
Neither
dick
do
about
you.
this.
You don't know
I
either.
do actually. I
You
do
know-
know because
you know-
I've had multiple run-ins with Sasu. I've
You're
tried
the
helping him
responsible
multiple
party.
times.
You're supposed to care about people. Why didn't you ban him upon his entry?
Because, Vlad, I was going to try to give him a chance to actually say his piece.
Okay, I don't believe you.
I
And the
don't care if
reason
you
I don't
believe me or
believe
not.
you, the
I don't
reason I
care,
don't
Vlad.
believe you is from what I was told. It wasn't even your idea to bring him in there in the first place.
Oh, from what you were told. Interesting.
Yeah. So it was actually somebody else's idea, and then you decided to just do it yourself.
Whose idea
With-
was it, Vlad?
With Crystal. I don't know. You tell me whose it was. With Crystal,
I'm asking you. You're the one that says you know. So who was it?
they said they talked to you directly.
Who?
There should only be one person, dude. Come on.
There's
Like,
a
come
lot of
on.
people I talk to, Vlad. Why don't you just
How many?
the
How
calls and
many?
tell me.
How many of those people
many?
don't talk? Hold on. You don't
I
get
just did.
any room to
What you
talk
gonna do
about my
about it?
testicles,
What you
dude.
gonna do
You don't
about
get
it?
any room to talk about it.
What
I'm
you
gonna tell
gonna
you
do
why.
about
Let
it?
me tell you
What you gonna
why.
do about it? You gonna cry more?
You
gonna get
cried.
more mad?
You cried
You gonna get offended?
over Hopeless Peaches leaving the internet, dude.
I did not cry about her.
You
leaving
did
the
cry.
internet, you absolute clown.
You cried like a little bitch in a
Prove
voice
it.
call.
Prove it.
Why would your first defense be prove it, man? Why would you go to that? Why didn't you just say no?
Because that puts the onus back on you who made the claim, numbnuts.
Yeah, it's just weird because I had multiple people tell me about it. It's a whole call
Oh, and
recorded,
you trust
and
them?
whole calls recorded. Actually, yes, I do.
Ah, interesting. I cried that they left the internet. Bitter,
Well,
bitter,
actually,
bitter.
yeah, no, you cried that she left, and upon her leaving, wrote this little "he abused me" letter. Which, by the way, I like, I'm gonna be credit here. I don't think she abused you. Or I mean, rather, I don't think you abused her, I should say. But nonetheless, you cried over the accusation, the betrayal, and all that jazz. You were really seemingly upset.
Why don't you tell me who said it then?
Who said what?
Who told you that? Who claimed it? Cite your sources, big boy.
Come on, dude. You can't do that, dude. You cried.
I just did.
You
I
not
just
only
did.
that,
What are
you
you gonna
cried.
do?
You
What are you
refused
gonna
to
do?
allow people into the server. You're sitting here.
Oh, we locked the
From
server down
behind-
because a lot of people were being crazy. We decided we needed to
Oh.
work on other things. I'm so sorry that offends
yeah.
your soft, delicate feelings.
Dude, you can't talk to me about coward. Dude, the mother, you wouldn't
I
even
just
fucking talk
did.
to Zay. You couldn't even
I
talk to
just
Zay.
did. Oh, that was
If
funny.
you want to accuse anybody of cowardice, why don't you accuse the person who told me to say that or told me about that, and then told me not to tell
don't you
anybody
name
who the source was?
Why don't you name them then?
I swore that I wouldn't.
Oh, and you so care about your word so heavily.
Yes. When have I gone away from my word? Name it.
I suppose that could be fair, but I just don't believe you.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. You're getting quite mad.
Actually, I don't.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I actually have no clue what you're talking about.
Okay. But ultimately, at the end of the day, the point still stands that you want to know who recorded it? Because I know who recorded it.
Hey, so actually, I'm going to jump in and do a little bit of moderation work. So, yes, that rumor of a call exists. It's discussed generally by a very small group of people that has been talked about. But as those people who've said things aren't involved in this conversation, I'm actually going to move us off this because it's just going to loop until it runs into some other
Pretty
drama.
much.
Yeah, that doesn't involve these people. So, yeah, move off this topic, boys.
But, the brave man over here, bullying a mentally ill person until they're threatening to rip the eyes out of their fucking head.
Bullied. That's hilarious.
Yeah, bullied. Yes.
I don't think you know what that word means.
I don't think you know what a sexual harassment means either, but so I guess we're at an impasse.
I don't know. Mine has better sources than yours does.
You are supposed to be the responsible party. That's what you're supposed to be. You say you protect the vulnerable. And if you tell me right now that Sasu's not a vulnerable person, you are lying.
I protect vulnerable people. I don't protect all of them, lad. It's impossible.
Oh, now, okay.
And sometimes vulnerable people hurt other vulnerable people. So who do you deal with then?
Yeah, so whenever a vulnerable person hurts another vulnerable person, we're supposed to threaten them with police visits and take advantage of the things that somebody like Ponder Sprocket manipulates out of them in order to get them to the point of suicidal ideation and threats of ripping their eyeballs out of their fucking head. Is that the idea?
You are genuinely dumb if you think that's manipulation.
It is absolutely manipulation. It's
no,
like,
manipulation
dude, she was
requires intent.
Yeah,
Very dumb.
I think she intended it. Yeah.
What did she know about Sasu? What did she know about Sasu before that call started? Tell me.
No idea, other than probably whatever it was that you told her.
Nothing. That was part of the problem with the Sasu calls.
Okay, so here's my question: do I have to know the person to manipulate them?
I'm not done. And it was not a matter of whether you have to know the person to manipulate them. Ponder Sprocket was not trying to manipulate Sasu, and nor did she manipulate Sasu. She was actually just being empathetic, Vlad.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure she was. Fine. You know what? Let's say, for instance, that's the case. Let's say that she was just being empathetic, and she's such a good person. She's a flower in a bed of roses or whatever the fuck gay shit, right? Doesn't matter. You immediately weaponized everything she acquired from him.
Did I now?
Yeah. For example, he stated that Crystal came in there and she said, it's completely normal to have intrusive thoughts. And then you said, no, it can't be intrusive thoughts because he loved this person. He loved Lumi.
Is that what I said?
Yes. Yeah. You said that
I'll
he
have to
was
check-
lusting.
I'll
You
have
said
I'll have to check the recording then.
you said because he was lusting after Lumi, therefore it cannot be intrusive thoughts.
I'll have to double check the recording.
And then, according from what I was told, you even later
Oh.
chewed out Crystal.
Chewed them out.
Yeah, you
Interesting.
chewed them out for
Did I
for,
raise my voice?
not being stern enough.
Did I call
Chewing
them-
out,
did I call them dumb?
chewing out doesn't mean that you're yelling at them, dude.
What does it mean then in this context? Tell me how it happened. Tell me. I'm curious.
I don't know how it happened. I was just told that you gave a lecture. That you told
I
her that she should have been more stern. That's what I was told. And I was told that actually by Crystal.
Oh, I know you were told that by Crystal, but it was a passing comment when we were talking about the Sasu thing. I didn't lecture.
According to her, but I mean that's fine. Maybe I misinterpret her. Maybe, or
because I'll be very blunt,
maybe
I don't think Crystal would tolerate me lecturing her.
Perhaps, but it's just a weird thing to sit there and say I've changed,
Mm-hmm.
and then to go and say, hey, I'm going to report the cops or report you to the cops because reasons while the guy's having a fucking breakdown.
I think you need to go re-listen to that recording.
You even blamed him. He was begging you to not release that call. And then you blamed him for if that was the case, if that got released, saying that, well, he shouldn't have been there. This is the third time. He shouldn't have come in this call. And I'm like, but yes. You said yes.
Have I released it, Vlad?
No, you haven't. Not yet. But the funny thing is that you didn't release the second one either. You even made that a point to state.
I haven't released any of them.
Yeah, it was Weebus that released the second one. And then you implied that Weebus might do it again in your little threat. Like, so that's kind of the point, LIO. No, laughing doesn't make you right.
No, but it makes it point to the fact that you are so doggone stupid in everything you've been saying about all
I might be stupid, but the thing is though, LIO, is what I haven't done. What I haven't done is maliciously gone after fucking retards in the way that you did in that call. That's what I've not done.
Oh, you think that was?
I may be, in fact, not only that, I honestly think that it would have been better if you had just bullied him. Right? If you all just yelled and screamed at him, because what I saw in that call was significantly worse than even your worst call.
I highly disagree.
Yeah, I know. Because since I'm not yelling, it's okay. Instead, since I have two other people that are in this call that are being nice, it's okay. But I'll just be snarky, and then I'll have this weird person from Wales be snarky, and and pretend like she's Hopeless Peaches, and then I'm gonna sit there and pretend like that's somehow different. It's not different, LIO. It was worse. Just because it was optically different. Just because it's because it's optically different doesn't mean it's different. It means that doesn't mean shit. Like all you did was you did a call that you could argue looks better, but was actually worse.
And you can feel that way all the way until you're done feeling that way, Vlad. I don't care.
Then release the call.
I'm not the one that has it in my possession.
I'm gonna pause for a second here, and I am gonna, because this is coming up in chat as well. I explicitly asked that whoever had the call not release it, not for LIO's sake, not for Catslayer's sake, but for Sasu's sake. So
I agree.
Whoever has it, I'm asking you nicely, please do not release it. This is not about LIO. This is about Sasu.
So my question is, why would it be for Sasu's sake though?
Because of what happens. I don't want his manic spiral being put out there for everyone to see.
But the call wasn't that bad though, right? According to LIO, it was perfectly fine. It was
just to be clear, I vocally stated after the call that I disapproved of the call. Actually, during the call, I stated to LIO that I disapproved and I disagreed with the call. So I'm making my opinion known now about that call. I didn't like that call.
Why not?
My point, Vlad, that you are missing is I do not think it is the worst call I've had, which is what I said I disagree on. And I also disagree on the idea that Sasu was manipulated. That's what I disagree on.
Well, I'm pretty confident that you either A, have absolutely no idea what weaponizing empathy actually looks like, right? Because that's what that was.
You
Or
would?
or yes, I would.
How
Or
would you know? Because you hate empathy.
yes, that would be why, Lio.
So you hate empathy, so you know how it's weaponized.
I hate empathy because people weaponize it. Again, they weaponize it against each other all day long. Hell, I would say right now that Hopeless Peaches, in many ways, weaponized it against you in some cases. So, I imagine anyway. I don't really know, but you had more private conversations with her than I did. Like an example is, from what I was told. Don't tell me if I'm wrong, okay? But
Mhm.
how many times did Hopeless Peaches in calls with you threaten suicide?
Don't have a solid number. I don't know if I can count that high, Vlad.
Okay, fair enough. Is that not weaponizing empathy? Your
That
empathy?
can absolutely be. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just don't
Yeah,
think
that's
what
just
Pondersprocket did was.
no. Instead, what Pondersprocket did was she sat there and went out of her way to build rapport, even opening up with, "You want to be coddled in this call, Sasu, and that's my job. I need you to close your fists, and I need you to breathe deeply. And then this is a safe space. You can say whatever you want. Please ignore all the people that are going to weaponize whatever it is that you say in this call, but you can
Just
say
not what she
whatever
did.
you want."
It's just not what she
She
did.
didn't
But
say
okay.
she didn't say that last bit,
No.
but that's what happened. You
And
instantly
you're
weaponized
stating,
that.
and you are stating as though that was her intent to open him up so it could be weaponized.
Well, she didn't stop you from weaponizing it, now did she?
This is one reason why I think you probably shouldn't talk about the Sasu stuff, Vlad, because you don't know dick all about what's happened concerning
I don't know
that.
dick all. Okay.
Oh, you don't know dick all about what's
Yeah.
happened
Oh,
concerning Sasu.
okay. Oh,
What about
yeah.
the other calls? Tell me about them.
Yeah, I don't have the
Also,
other calls. I don't need the other calls,
you don't
actually.
have them. You don't
I don't
have
even need them. I
Oh,
think
you don't
that in a
need
vacuum
them.
is enough. Yeah.
Enough for what?
I think it's enough to prove the point. That
Point.
in that, yeah, that point is that
Point.
all of your people that were in that
Comment.
call, with 100 people, by the way, watching at the time,
Yeah.
with like, we're making a spectacle out of this guy. I think that was the intent. And on top of that, I think that Pondersprocket weaponized empathy against him. She built rapport on purpose, like a really shitty attempt at a police interrogation. You know, the thing she watches all the time, apparently. So
Does
yeah, like it's one of those things where I'm just sitting here in my head and I'm like, there's no way you could convince me that this wasn't planned. You had 2 good cops, 2 bad cops, which is a little strange.
it
Um,
wasn't.
um,
It so
and
wasn't.
I'm not saying you guys plan to do that. I think Monstrous had even said to me at one point that that's just kind of what ends up happening in the culture
Oh,
of your
is it?
server.
Is it?
Something along those lines.
What is that?
That could just
I'm
be the
sorry?
server.
I was answering him. The comments. My name was brought up. What did I say?
I said that I made a joke about 2 good cops, 2 bad cops, and you said that could just be the server or something like that.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Lio, that's at least prior to Crystal stepping down. I feel like Crystal and Ponder were kind of your quote unquote good cops, but I don't know necessarily who would be the bad cops.
Apparently, Sonny's a bad cop, which is absolutely hilarious.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Said apparently Sonny is also a bad cop, which I find absolutely
Yeah,
hilarious.
she was being a snarky cunt. Yeah.
Who? Anything else?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, it's a little weird. Like, you were being a snarky cunt too. Like, you were both teaming up on it. It was like a tag team, because like you
I hit him with
know,
the
you want to change. You know, you don't
Mhm.
want to dogpile anymore. That's an
Correct.
optics fail. You know, instead,
I don't think you know what dogpiling is in this case.
what? I'm not accusing you of dogpiling. What you're jumping too far ahead, dude. I said that you don't want to dogpile anymore because this optics fails. So instead, you chose to tag team. You guys took turns.
Wait, hold on. You think I stopped dogpiling, quote unquote, because of optics?
Absolutely.
Okay, then you're just deranged.
No, I think you're deranged.
You can
In
giggle
fact,
about that all you
yeah,
want.
I am gonna giggle about it all I want, because that's
Mhm.
fucking nuts, dude. Like, no, yeah, actually, in fact, yeah, you are deranged. You know what I didn't do? I didn't go on the internet trying to dig for your personal information or anybody
No,
from
you
your
did.
server's personal information. I
Instead,
did.
you tried to dig into other information, which is why you were
What?
looking at my DeviantArt because somebody pointed you in
I
a
was
direction.
sent a DeviantArt page. How the fuck is that going to
Oh.
find any personal information of any kind?
You do realize a lot of people put personal information on DeviantArt, right?
No, I don't have a DeviantArt because I'm not deviant, right? That shit's fucking weird, right? You know what's funny is you guys focus on likes and shares and follows on DeviantArt.
Mhm.
You know why you focus on that? Because you have
Why
a
is that?
DeviantArt because you're all fucking deviants, right? I don't have a DeviantArt.
Oh
I
my
don't have
God,
this
you are
problem.
you are
I can
actually
criticize
stupid.
you. I'm going
You
to
are
criticize you
actually
for
dumb.
merely
Raise
having
your
one.
voice more.
You are
Raise your
on-
voice more. It's really
you are
funny.
on a page that
Called
fucking
DeviantArt.
promotes bestiality porn and
Promotes
lolicon.
bestiality porn. It promotes it. That's interesting. When did I make
Yes.
the account, Brad? When did I make it?
I don't care.
You should.
You shouldn't have made it at all.
I shouldn't have made it at all. Like back in what? When I was how old? 16?
Yes.
Are you stupid? Like unironically, are you dumb?
No, I think it's dumb
it's
to
a
go on a
website for
fucking
art,
site
moron.
that has fucking porn on it. Yeah, like
didn't have
at
porn at the
16.
time,
Yeah.
you absolute
So wait.
moron.
Oh, it didn't have porn at the time. Oh,
No.
wow, what a coincidence. So then why didn't you delete it since?
Because I don't go looking around for stuff like that on DeviantArt. Very rarely do I even post
okay,
on it.
okay. All right. Oh,
Which is why
okay.
you were looking through my likes because somebody told you there was sus stuff in there.
I actually wasn't looking through your. I wasn't looking through your likes. I was looking through your posts. Because somebody.
You like.
Not really. No, it was all
Well,
gay because
Just a shame.
yeah, like no, and nobody told me, by the way, that there was anything sus on there. They just said look through this. It was all that was
Why?
said.
And why? I do it.
Why what?
You don't go digging around for people's personal information, but you go to their random web pages. Why?
That's not personal information, Lio.
Every information about a person.
If I go on your Twitter account, like and look at your tweets, am I doing the same thing? Like what are you getting at?
It's what I did to find yours. I went through your tweets.
Yeah, I mean, cool. But you dug through as you said yourself, like old Twitter accounts that are long since dead, right? Like you went through a lot more effort than that.
No, actually, it took me about 10 minutes.
It did not take you 10 minutes to go through 17 different accounts.
I didn't go through 17 different accounts. You're the one that said you had 17 different accounts. I had
Okay,
no
how
clue
many
you had
different
that many.
accounts did you go through? Two.
Yeah.
That's weird. And you found old tweets that that I had made on accounts that were dead.
It says the account suspended, but it showed other tweets on there by other people, which is how I found it.
Just a heads up, gentlemen. We have about 5 minutes before our 2 hours are up.
Cool. And what and so so you don't see the difference between going through a DeviantArt to look for suspicious art that was allegedly, there, which is something that you yourself do, versus going on somebody's Twitter and finding their personal information that somebody else had leaked.
Nope, because it is what you said. If you put it out there, you're dumb.
That's true. So then why are
Believe
you
it.
complaining about the DeviantArt thing?
I'm not complaining about it. I'm making a point, Vlad. You can look through
What's
it all
the
you
point?
want. I'm more upset that you didn't find anything you liked. I worked very hard on some of that.
Yeah, art is cringe. Go on.
What do you mean art is cringe? You use a drawn avatar.
Yeah, it's cringe. It's a shit
My-
turd, dude. It's cringe. What are you talking
Oh
about?
my God, you're dumb.
I mean, dude, that says the guy that'll sit there and have 3 calls with the same fucking guy, thinking that guy somehow is going to change by the 3rd, right? That's nuts, dude. Come on.
How many would you have then?
After the, you know what? I'll give you credit. After the first one, the first one, whatever, it's the first call. I can't blame you for that one. Second one, I could understand the assumption that maybe he had changed, and maybe something could change. Fine. I'll credit you that. All right, cool. But the third one, come on. There is no fucking way in hell you're going to convince me that you honestly, legitimately thought that there wasn't an extremely high chance that it wasn't going to be yet another fucking shit, fucking trash fire. There's no way you can convince me of that.
Oh, I was hoping it wouldn't be.
Oh, you were hoping.
Yeah.
I okay. What you should have done is banned him as soon as he entered.
That'd be kind of goofy because the entire
Why-
reason he was there was for the call.
Why didn't you? Okay, whoa, hold on. That's interesting. But we don't have time for that. My question is, why didn't you block him on the internet? Like, why were you associating with him in any way at all whatsoever?
I wasn't associating with him, Vlad.
I mean, if you have multiple calls with the guy you're associating with him, right?
You do realize all these other calls happened because he was brought in by a third proxy?
Oh my god, dude! Why didn't you block him? Is the point? Why didn't you block him?
Because, believe it or not, I've been trying to help him. This is why I said
Why?
it matters.
But
Because of this
didn't you-
dumb thing I do that you're really twisted up about, that I care about
Hold
people
on.
and I try to help
Wait,
them.
wait. But you said earlier that you, whenever I asked you about this, that you
Mhm.
don't help all people, or you
I don't
like,
help
I'm
all people.
confused.
You're always confused because you always assume things instead of listening. I have tried to help Sasu. A final call was a final call. I won't be trying any further. He's made it very clear he's not
How
going
convenient.
to change.
All right. Yeah,
You say it's convenient, but Vlad, at some point, something has to change, doesn't it?
Sure. The difference is the reasons, I guess. That's what matters.
You're assuming the reasons over optics. It's not over optics, Vlad.
No, I think it's because that call was an utter fucking trash fire. That's what I think
been
the
in worse.
reason was.
I've been in worse.
I don't think so. Not from
I
what
know
I
so.
unless there's nothing public. Like unless you've been in something far worse that wasn't made public, then sure, absolutely.
No, I think that the big call I've been getting the most criticism for is far, far, far worse.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it is optically, sure. I
Not
mean,
even optically, like in general.
the
It's so
general
absurdly worse.
the general retard watching a stream would look at that call that you're referring to and then would say, wow, this is really bad. Look at them all screaming and yelling at this person. Actually, I think the one before that with the same person was actually worse than that one. In regards to you specifically, not
That's actually a unique take, and maybe one day we'll dig in on that.
But the thing is, though, is that the point is, it's like, yeah, optically, people are going to look at that and they're going to be like, yo, dude, this is really bad. Yelling, screaming. Oh, no, loud noises. But man, this one was subtle. It was almost devious. It was actually almost admirable how maliciously cruel it was, how subtle it was.
Anything else, Vlad?
We are out of time, right?
Yeah, this
It's
is
gotta be way over 5 minutes.
yeah, this is 2 hour mark, gents. I wanna do you know what? Fuck it. We'll give you both closing statements. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Just keep it to like 2 minutes if you happen to do that. Vlad first.
Yeah, I think that LIO is an unhinged psychopath that uses the guise of I'm helping people to amass vulnerable people and take advantage of others. I think that a lot of this shit is an absolute front. He has learned absolutely nothing. And he will continue to learn absolutely nothing and will continue to have cringe, unhinged accountability calls probably in the future, despite the fact that he said it wouldn't happen. And yeah, I think that nothing has changed and nothing's going to change.
Awesome. LIO.
I think that Vlad, in some cases, has some genuine, valid criticism that I am actually going to take on board, and I have in the past before. If he wants, I can reopen communication with him. However, I think that his value on that call, as well as my nature as a whole, is horrifically misplaced. But the only way that's going to be convinced is through time. I hope that my alleged cult finally starts giving me all the Transformers I want instead of the headaches I get. Also, we're going to do more book readings, and I hope it actually makes you mad.
Well, have fun fingering Miku, I guess. I don't know what to tell you.
Ew, no, that's gay. Hey, I was put up to that. My audience, 3,000 people wanted Miku Month. Don't blame me for that. Blame them.
That doesn't make it any better, dude.
Doesn't make it any worse either.
I suppose not.
Like, I just did an entire 3 weeks of gargoyles. Why aren't you telling me to finger gargoyles?
Because they're rocks.
The legitimate point.
Hey, wait, hold on. There's no get your rocks.
I'm
actually disappointed in you.
I actually don't know what you're like. I don't know what gargoyles is, so I just kind of I know what the actual gargoyle is. But
how
I don't know what
old
you're
are
referring to.
you?
I'm 34.
How do you not know what never mind. And by the way, those are grotesques. But no, never mind. You're disappointing.
I didn't watch cartoons, dude. I didn't grow up watching them.
Actually, I don't want to know what you did. I don't want to know.
I watched documentaries. Actually, it's pretty boring.
How'd you wind up like this?
Like what?
Like this. Like Ephraim watched documentaries too.
Yeah,
I don't know if Ephraim is a good fucking
is an
argument.
autistic
Like,
spurg, dude. Like what?
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
No,
fucking
Yeah,
Christ.
I'm a spurg. I'm a spurg part. I wouldn't say autistic part.
Well,
Okay,
you absolutely are.
lads.
Your obsession over specific language absolutely proves that.
Lads, are you just gonna keep going? We can keep going. Yeah, I mean you guys. Okay.
No, I think Monstrous is DMing me to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Okay. Right. Well. Cool. I'm gonna stick around and I guess like field a couple of questions if people have points of clarification. We can do that. Lio, if you need to get off, I know it's late for you, man.
I need to go to bed. I need to actually start getting some decent freaking sleep. Apnea will kill me.
Well, don't die. You've got another one of these coming up.
Actually, can I ask a question? And I'm not meaning this as a debate thing. It's a legitimate question now that you're here before you go to bed. Okay. Legit question.
I will not read you a bedtime story.
I would rather fucking kill myself.
Bedtime story it is. Go ahead.
But no. So there have been two people. One of them was Zach, had stated that a large reason why you, and because he even thought that you were calling me a zoophile. One of the reasons why the theory is that Peaches put you up to it. Like she shamed you into going hard on the paint because at the time period, you didn't have an issue DMing me or anything, right? And then all of a sudden, Peaches does a stream, and then actually, I heard it. She chastised you on stream because of a private call that got leaked by Neo between you and I. So my question is, did Peaches put you onto your attitude with me after that? Or do you have any clue what I'm talking about?
They did have a large influence, which is one reason why I say I'm trying to work through things. Because I know that you may not buy this, Vlad, but when somebody puts that much influence on you for the better part of 2 years, it takes time to process it out, which is why I am still, and Monstrous can confirm this too, because we've had conversations about it, still trying to process some of that out. So yeah, that's one reason why I stopped talking to you in general, because I kept getting heat for it. Like, consistently. There was
This is true.
There was one time where she had an absolute meltdown that I said or got anything from you and went on about how I don't care about her because I talked to you and you're mean to her and therefore she doesn't matter and she should kill herself.
I can confirm this, yes.
All right. Well, that's it. That's all I had to ask there.
However, I will make it clear that you're not a zoophile. Because no, I don't think you're a zoophile.
Yeah, well, I don't think zoo enthusiast and zoophile are as mutually as exclusive as you're making it sound.
Would you like me to make a clarification for you, Vlad?
I think probably best just to stop calling Vlad a zoo enthusiast if we're going to take anything away from this. It's probably going to be the easiest way to avoid the shame feature.
See, here's you know what my actual issue with this is? Okay, I'll tell you what my actual issue is. No bullshit. If you want to accuse me of something, there is a load of shit you can accuse me of, right? You can call me an ableist, factually the case, by the way. I am able to do things, cripples are not. So therefore, yes, I am better than cripples. And so like you can call me an ableist, you can call me all sorts of fucking crazy shit. You don't have to make shit up. And that's kind of my issue, right? Like that's kind of the point. It's like, why lie? If you want to criticize me of shit, pick the things that I hand you because I hand it to you. I don't keep things secret.
Okay. I think part of the disconnect we have here, and we do need to end soon because I am exhausted. A lie has intent. I did not intend to deceive people over you. So for that, Vlad, and I want you to pay attention, okay? I am sorry if that was a takeaway, and I will make that public correction for you. I mean,
right. Well, I'll shut up now.
Awesome. Thank you both.
I can't believe we still have a UK person running anything around here. What are we thinking?
Well, I mean, fuck it, official stream. Let's fucking go. Speaking of which, thank you for the 420. I believe this is a quick question for Lio. Can we expect a stream from McDonald's next time? From Lazy Dragon. Thank
You know-
you.
I was thinking about it. Also, Lazy Dragon's still waiting for you to provide evidence of anything you say, you gutless cretin. But I was actually thinking more Burger King next time. I don't want to do Chick-fil-A. It is Pride Month, so I don't know. Funny thing, Akumbo and I were, and I still need to answer something Akumbo asked me last week, which I am sorry. It's just been rough this week. We were actually trying to ridiculously pinpoint at what point I actually left the McDonald's.
Can I
Oh,
ask
it's
a question
goofy.
about that? The McDonald's.
Sure. Go ahead.
Was your wife with you or was she not with you? Because that was something that people were arguing about.
Let's just assume that she floats about all the time. She is a specter in the wind. I'm not
Okay.
going to answer that directly. That's a goofy thing for them to be concerned about.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you said your power was out. That's why.
It was. Oh my god! I didn't put it back up till Sunday. Oh my
Well,
god! It was
yeah, but
awful.
do you understand like why that would be like why people would be concerned about that though? Like you
It
left
would
your
be
wife
hilarious.
alone at home. Like
It's not even
I mean,
concerning. It's just hilarious.
I mean,
that
yes,
it's
like
oh,
like
yeah, stay in the dark. I'm
I'm
going
gonna-
to McDonald's. Like,
well, I'm going to tell you the joke that I said. This is the joke I
Go
made.
ahead.
All right. I said that I like to imagine that your wife was sitting home alone with a bunch of candles around her, waiting for you to bring back her Big Mac.
Well, if that's the funny vision you want to have, you're welcome to it. I'm not going to deprive anybody of their fantasy.
I mean, it is pure fantasy. But
All
no,
right,
I'm just.
Do you want somebody to bring you a Big Mac surrounded in candles?
I don't like Big Macs actually. I'm a Whopper guy.
So you agree with the Burger King one? All right, we have some common ground.
But no, but no, that's why people ask though. That was all. I mean, let's be fair here. If I was at McDonald's on a stream, people would ask if my kid was with me at this point. So like, same concept.
Well, as long as you get them a Happy Meal, I guess they'd be fine. Monsters has already promised me one.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
LIO, go to bed.
I sure have.
Right.
Oh, so now you want me to... Okay, I'll catch you guys later.
Okay, faith, buddy.
Hold on,
Right.
real quick. There is something I do need to do. Where is he?
Yeah, there's this
you
phone
all?
icon that's pointing down.
Just really quick chat. You
Okay.
all have permission to speak now, but you'll have to leave and come back.
Give me a moment here. I hate this. There. Oh, doggone it. Doesn't want to work. We'll figure it out.
Everyone just leaves and comes back. Fantastic. It's gonna be one of those.
I suddenly regret everything.
Oh, fucking God. Yeah, deeply.
No, I suddenly regret it because I'm gonna have how many people are here?
Tubby needs his iron lung.
So anyway, Monstrous, what did you think?
I disagree that the Sasu call was not that bad.
Well,
The
look,
sausage
I'll say
roll
this about the calls.
that?
I'll say this about the calls because I'm aware of the kind of conversations around calls being brought up. They haven't been released. I don't know if they will be released, but my impression is that they won't. So it's kind of a moot point. I'm sure they'll come out in like 3 years' time when there's another fucking drama, and then we can all fucking come back to this and argue about it then.
Oh yeah, totally. By the way, y'all can unmute. I'm pretty sure.
It's push to talk, so everyone has to
Yeah.
bind push to talk.
Freedom,
Yeah, guys, good
guys,
luck with
freedom.
that.
Okay,
I
does
got-
anybody have any questions or anything? Like,
Vlad, why are you such a fucking
No.
member?
why am I a what?
Christ.
Oh yeah, I want to quickly do this because it's my stream. Thank you for the 5 members, Diesel. You're the best. That's awesome. Cantaway, ask LIO about Peaches saying that he made his wife apologize to Peaches. I can actually answer this fucking question because I've had this conversation with him. Fuck, that's a lot of meowing. I've just taken my headphones out. I'm sparing you, trust me. So apparently that conversation never fucking took place. Peaches was making shit up in the Glitch Tales server. That is, I don't think I'm fucking breaching anything by saying that because yeah, that conversation is one I have had. Thank you for the $9.99.
Do you have any
Find
questions?
your
I'm supposed to be here to
calculations.
answer questions.
Okay, yeah, let's
Why was I
let's keep moderating pretty hard because also I will start muting people. Hold on, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Okay.
We do this one at a time.
Guys,
Shut up.
VC etiquette, guys.
No.
VC etiquette.
Jesus
You
fucking
guys don't have
Christ.
very good call
One person at a
etiquette.
time. One person at a
Swear
time,
to
please.
fuck.
Oh
dude.
my fucking god.
Someone
Shut the fuck up!
and
make a collide.
Okay, we're gonna go one at a time for people who actually have fucking questions. So, if you're like unmuted, fucking I don't know, Vlad, pick someone who's shouting at you.
I'm just gonna start from the top. Beaner. Bob.
Wait a minute, you can't say
That's
that.
a very good question, actually. Beaner.
Yes, he can.
It's the top person, Beaner Bob.
Beaner
Hashtag
is
Beaner Bob.
muted themselves. Whoever is 3.
Okay, what about two EP Zage? Zage, what about you? Oh my god. Fuck. Too black, too strong. I'm sure you have a fucking question.
Why don't we have people type the questions out?
Hell
Yeah,
no.
Arena chat.
No, fuck no. That requires reading.
Listen, Monstrous, you can't expect too many people in the school to be able to spell words.
First come, first serve.
Jesus Christ. Axel,
so-
if you have a question, you just
typing. Sorry.
yeah, Axel, go question.
How come the thing mentioning him threatening the 16-year-old kid was a banned topic?
That was something that they agreed upon beforehand.
I didn't want to talk about it, basically. All those things that were listed were things I just didn't want to talk about because they've been done to death.
All right, that makes sense.
I got a
Why
question,
was it-
if that's okay.
Great, Cass, not Kyle.
What?
Thanks for your question. Digital.
Draven's got a question.
Okay, Draven, go ahead then.
Why didn't LIO say a slur?
I don't know.
The better question is, why didn't Vlad say any slurs?
Right? Like
That is a
just
good
realized
question.
that 'cause,
Damn
Why didn't
somebody
you say
asked me
faggot?
that.
You disappointed me.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. Made editing easier for me. Thank you for
Not
that.
one time did you even mention it.
All that effort to warn
the
Beckett, I'm
N-word.
gonna say slur. You didn't say one fucking
To be
slur.
honest,
Yeah.
I
was, like,
You
unexpected.
did not
I was waiting
deliver.
for Lyle to start.
Careful, Beckett, careful!
I don't give a fuck.
You're right, you're streaming on YouTube.
I do have a question. Why
Get down,
was
Mr.
Enla-
President.
Hold on. Crystal, go ahead.
Why was Enla a banned topic, if you don't mind me asking?
Because she's a whore. All right.
Aw, come
That's
on.
why. It's the thing is with Inla is she got some R34 art and posed for it.
What
She's
the
a whore.
fuck?
I'm kidding. I just didn't want to talk about Inla because it just I was trying. Okay.
Yeah,
so
but I would
so
have been the perfect example of guilt by association.
no, that's the point. I was trying to avoid that topic as best as I could because when we get into guilt by association, then I have to talk about like Kumo, and then I have to go into a whole bunch of other lore, and then I have to like, you know what I mean? Like it just
Well, guys,
just
if you
keeps
think about
going.
it, everyone does guilt by association.
you want a 2-hour stream or do you want an 8-hour stream? Is the point I'm trying
8-hour
to get
stream.
across here. No,
Both at the same time.
A perfect stream to go to sleep to.
I got a question, if that's okay.
Kind of Queeman, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You guys trying to impose structure on
Please.
this is maddening.
Just say it. Come on.
I just want to know when the server's going to be deleted.
The server is sticking around because
I
Sarah
have a
might be using
question.
it.
I have a question.
No.
Vlad, how
We're still in numbers. We haven't got to G yet.
let Gallagher talk?
No.
Please.
No, I really don't have a question. I don't fucking care. This whole stream was a fucking shit show.
True, bro.
I mean, like to be honest with you, I kind of anticipated it to be a shit show.
I mean, it wasn't your fault. It was a shit show. I just like how
God, you let him deflect and derail so much.
did I?
How come you
I
didn't
don't know.
call him a faggot?
If
That's
I'm
not
being honest,
naturally.
I was hoping that Lyle would start actually fucking.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care. Actually, this was super underwhelming. You should have came harder.
Wait a minute. Wait, came
I'm
harder?
not coming on.
Yeah,
stream,
I'm not
dude.
taking that back.
Hey guys, it's
No, I
Hey,
agree
come
with
harder.
Kumo.
Okay.
I agree with Kumo. You took like Vicodin or something, Vlad.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Vlad. To be honest,
What?
I did want to see you two start screaming at each other.
Well, the problem was I was trying to like get him to scream and only got him to do
He's
it in
too
like
much
a
of a
couple
pussy to
parts.
yell at a man. What are you
He,
talking
he got
about?
he got incredibly petulant at times, which is what narcissists do.
He did roll over like in Kumo's videos, though.
Can I ask a quick question?
Well, the
Sure.
Kumo video or the interview.
Hold on, no, hold on. Ask a question.
Basically, my question is, why did LIO deflect so much during that entire call and never answered
Do you even have to
properly?
ask?
Like, okay, I'm trying to come in as good faith as possible, okay? That's what I do when I enter calls or I enter anything. I try to come in good
Shut up,
faith.
Liquid North.
Okay,
on.
I'm
Oh
not
my
the live
God.
north. You know that, Kumo. You know that.
You're
I
not
am
I don't even know you. I
Okay,
just
okay,
know
okay.
you
Back
live
on
north.
topic.
Yeah,
Why did
Actually-
Lio deflect so much? That's the question.
Because he's a lying bitch.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know why he deflected so much. Like, to be honest with you, I only like the deflecting he did. Like, I didn't notice. Like, you guys are making it sound like it was like 90% of what he said. I mean, I noticed he did it a few times. But
Okay. Well, let's talk about.
That's what you mean. Oh, that's
I
what
have
you
a
mean. Okay.
Hold on. Let's get into that. And I want to
fucking 15 minutes where he was just going, "What about this? What about this?"
hold on. If your name's not Kumo, shut the fuck up, Kumo.
What?
Let's. I actually want to hear what you think of like certain parts of that call. I'm interested.
Well, I noticed an egregious number of whataboutisms. It was anytime Vlad made a point and asked a question, LIO would go, "Well, what about this?" Or "Didn't you do this?" Or "Isn't this your value?" That's whataboutism. That's a very obvious form of deflection. It's sort of like he's cornered, so he can't really answer Vlad's question without having to admit he's wrong or outright fucking lying and making it obvious to everyone.
Yeah, but I still got him to answer questions.
You got him
Not
to
all of
answer,
them.
yeah, but not all of them, and I would argue maybe not enough of them.
You got him to give you an answer, Vlad, but it was not a factual nor.
I guess
one
another
that was
very
a good
glaring.
one.
Again, if your name's not Kumo, I don't want to hear from you. Kumo, go.
Sorry, I can't stand this fucking
again,
push
I
to
don't
talk
give a
shit
fuck.
because I never do it. But I was trying to say another glaring red flag, which I've been saying for ages, which I'm sure people are going to be laughing about. I think so many people owe me money for this one, but he wasn't going to raise his voice at Vlad or even like yell at Vlad, growl at Vlad, try to intimidate Vlad. Because he's a giant fucking vagina, and he would never speak like that to a man who isn't disabled or trying to become a woman. I think that was just another glaring
Well,
red
I mean,
flag.
he did
Oh.
start yelling whenever I mentioned a couple things. He did get pretty upset.
No,
toward the end.
He was raising his voice, but never once did he sharpen his tone. Instead, he tried to talk down to you, which I thought was really fucking ironic, considering he's a guy pushing 40, playing with fucking toys with an autism accent, and how he wants to talk about, well, if people should take you seriously, I don't think anyone should take a man who calls people predators on his channel playing with toys very seriously either.
Bro, like fucking Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, I don't know. LIO, I don't think LIO understands like the sweet irony in how much of a fucking like supervillain he is to like the internet. He likes to. I think I genuinely agree with the whole consensus that it's a fucking cult because this isn't just people who dislike LIO who are saying this. It's the internet as a whole. Like anyone who's neutral, doesn't have a horse in the race, might even dislike us, is still coming to this conclusion. Like I don't know if he fucking hates my guts, but I know Chris the Narc and like Toastify can't shut up about me or like without gawking about me. But they also hate LIO and they also think he's a fucking like lol cow. Like they think he's a fucking like we're talking like grade A premium cheese from this lol cow. But they have no horse in this race and they don't like LIO and they come to the same conclusions that this guy's weird and he is like his audience is a fucking cult. And LIO is so effectively delusional that he's convinced himself that he's right and everyone else is like all of his detractors. They just have malicious intent.
Another point of
Wait,
note
I actually do
is
have one valid point I want to bring up. It's not a question; it's just a point that I thought was funny that I wrote down, and that was LIO conflating the idea that because you don't care what other people think about you means you must be okay with people lying about you.
Right.
another point I noticed is that when
So you hate waffles?
you asked for
Get it?
evidence, it was like it would come after the call, right? Oh yeah, I'll give it to you afterwards. But when he was asking for proof, you need it on the spot. You need it right there and then. It's something that was quite annoying.
Well, actually, let's talk about that evidence, Crystal. Are you releasing those calls? The
Which
two first calls that LIO used and cut up.
I don't have access to the Sasu nor
No. The two calls LIO had with you. The first two calls around the Peaches time.
Oh, yeah.
Not Sasu, not the other one. Okay. Just checking they're out.
Yeah, no.
An obese, lying, larper pussy having a double standard? No way.
But no, his
I
something
have,
well, I did ask because I feel like this is needed. When I heard that the Sasu call was going to be made public, I did ask if I should make it public, and I was told not to in that degree, and I was explaining the reasons why for Sasu's safety. So I
Yeah,
did
I would-
ask
I-
before it was even
Yeah,
public.
also, I wouldn't recommend.
I would
doing that 'cause
ask
I feel
if-
like LIO would end up tearing.
Shut the fuck up, Axel. We don't care what you have to say, nigga. Damn.
I guess what I would say is with the Sasu call, I don't know if you've spoken to Sasu themselves. I would like wait and I would really get it from Sasu themselves if you're really going to release it. Don't take it any advice from anybody else except that person in specific, especially if they were actually having like a break, a mental break, you know, because that's actually a very
Yeah.
like vulnerable state for people. So yeah.
No, I
Glad that there was one person.
I wanted to ask
Oh my God.
Monstrous a
Wow.
valid question
Yes.
on this note before we move on.
Yes. Good.
Okay, so Monstrous, you said that you didn't want that call released specifically because Sasu was extremely unstable and fucking manic, right?
Correct.
He might be a
Correct.
danger to himself, and we don't know what might happen if it gets out, right?
Correct.
Okay. Have you read his document where he's like doing the whole professional victim LARP, how he wants everyone to go boo-hoo and finger his sad pussy?
No.
Okay. Goblin is here. I think Goblin can correct me if I'm wrong, but Goblin, didn't he in that document talk about wanting that call released because he didn't have it?
No. He wasn't. Here's the thing. That document was made before that call happened in the cat
okay.
flare. No, he actually flipped his lid when it was I can't remember. I think it was Lumi on their channel leaked out that December call, and he had a massive tangent. In fact, that's when I asked him about the December call because I'd listened to it, and he flipped out on me and said, "You want me to kill myself?" When I wasn't even accusing him of anything, and he just flipped out on me.
No, I'm not going to deny, having heard the Sasu call, that the Sasu call has issues and shit. But Sasu keeps coming back around, and this keeps fucking happening. Like, I don't care. I actually don't fucking care at this point. If Sasu keeps coming around and it keeps coming up as a topic, the call's gonna get released. That's just the end of it. Like, this was given to me the day after. I could have streamed it, chose not to, just because I thought I didn't care anymore about the fucking LIO shit. Can we just not do a fucking circle jerk at the end of a call about someone being like upset? Sasu comes in, does it to themselves. There is another fucking call after that one. So yeah, I don't care. It's move
not
off
about Sasu's feelings.
Yeah, it's not about that.
It's
Actually,
about making
Beckett,
a
I would
point.
say, well, where I was going to get at with Monstrous is if people are going to be having a point of contention and they're going to be debating about whether this call was good or bad or what happened in this fucking call, that call just needs to be released, and like we need to be able to like figure out.
Yeah. And the thing is like I actually don't. Okay, make this very clear. And I said this to Leia, I don't like Sasu. Okay, nobody likes Sasu.
I don't like him
Yeah, and so the whole reason though that this is all brought up is to establish hypocrisy on LIO's part, not to like fucking circle jerk over the feelings of him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a convenient tool right now.
It's not about poor Sasu. We feel so bad for Sasu. It's about look at the lengths that these people are willing to go to do this kind of shit. It doesn't matter who it is.
Sure.
It could have been anybody.
That's cool and all. That's
Look,
cool and all.
there I don't disagree with you, and I think that the like general thing of if Cat Slayer does have accountability calls and this kind of what's being referred to as conflict resolution, let's be really clear about what that looks like for a lot of people. The conflict resolution isn't just, hey, we're all friends at the end of it. It's you fuck off and maybe leave the internet. So if that keeps happening, then the calls keep coming out. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Hold on, just for clarification, the Sasu call that occurred after Cat Slayer happened in Barrel 2.
Yeah.
So it was not in Cat Slayer.
And I will say I do have that call uploaded on my channel too because
Yeah,
Sasu gave it to me too because
That's
he
totally
was
fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Wait, there's a Sasu call after the Cat Slayer
Like the
call?
new.
There was
the new
another
Yeah,
one?
there's a gulag call.
call.
Yes.
There's a call
Look,
in Guac Barrel.
Guac Barrel,
with
Yeah,
him.
I'm
After
just
the one
saying.
where he said he was gonna rip his eyeballs out.
No, that was
Yes.
No, that was the
No,
Cat
oh,
Slayer
sorry.
call.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So there
like,
were
after
5
that
calls
call,
with Sasu.
like
Yes.
after that,
Oh, we're
like after
establishing
that
patterns
call
here, aren't we?
and the guac.
Stop
Yeah.
talking. Oh my god. Okay. To answer
It's just
your
my-
to answer your clarification,
Sorry.
yes, there was a call in Guac Barrel 2. Barrel has a open door policy as far as like recordings. We're under the presumption that everything's going to get recorded. So that one has been posted, and I feel like it was infinitely better than the Cat Slayer call. So feel free to go listen to it.
Okay, that's why I was just trying to. That's why I was asking. Like, it was after the Katzler call where he was like,
Correct. And
trying to rip his eyes out. Yeah.
Wait, I'm a little confused then, because the impression I got after the Sasu call, you know, with me and Ponder being told, like, you know, it was, you were too nice to him, you, like, he was humanized too much and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
It was reassured that that was the very last call with Sasu. There's no need to talk to Sasu anymore, because, like, again, I was under the assumption there wasn't many calls with Sasu. I didn't know much about Sasu, but I was reassured, that's it, no more. No need to talk to Sasu anymore. But why was
So-
there another call then?
Well, just to be clear, LIO was not in that call. That was not something that was not shot called by LIO because LIO has no power in Guac Barrel. The old guard from Senate wanted to bring him in. He was
Is that the one with you and Jibs?
No. This was just like, I don't know, a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago.
And what about the one in Sarah's server?
I don't know anything about that one.
Weren't you not? Oh, you weren't in it because I remember one of the diaper people was in there, and I was like making fun of them to Jibs. So there's been 6 calls total.
It sounds like it, yes. And just to be clear, the Guac Barrel call was, the whole point of it was to like be mean to Sasu, and then it totally flipped on us. And he left the internet or chilled out for like 3 days before flip-flopping again. So, but at least our intentions were very clear in that call.
Wait.
Let's just be clear. Leo doesn't have power anywhere, not even in his own
Well,
land. That's why he's OP.
I do have a
But you know what I
question,
mean.
real quick. And I'm sorry if this has already been covered, but when you guys are talking about Sasu having like a mental break, do you mean like actual full-on psychosis, or do you mean
Yes.
like they
Yes.
just okay? Do you mean
Yes.
actual full-on psychosis, like they had to be admitted
Like
to a hospital?
like
Well-
their agency was no longer a point of discussion. Like he
Correct.
Did they
was
have to be admitted to a hospital or
don't
you know,
know.
like
I
a
don't know about that.
facility?
he was
I
okay.
don't know
He
that.
was as established in the call, parked in the middle of fucking nowhere in his car.
Mhm.
And also, I want to make this very clear. Men don't go to hospitals if they can help it. So he probably
Correct.
didn't go
No,
to the
but if you're
hospital.
in psychosis, you kind of have to. You know.
Okay, but
Yeah, if
he
somebody-
isn't gonna
he was
think that.
alone.
He was
Oh my
by
gosh.
himself in a car.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
It's not like
Stardust.
you're gonna come out of psychosis like just easily, you know.
Hey,
Stardust.
Vlad, all those homeless
Sorry.
people that live outside of hospitals
Oh my
that are
God.
Okay. Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Stop
I didn't
on
say
this.
that.
It's just like we're just looping on something that none of us have any information on and doesn't fucking matter. Like in the wider scale of things, it just doesn't.
oh my god, Stardust, to answer your question, he had a like full manic episode. Like full on violent manic episode.
Allegedly, since nobody has access to his medical records.
I just want to say that like it's very clear that that was brought on by the call. Like
Right. It's very clear when you listen to it.
Caused by the call.
Correct.
Okay.
I have a question.
For who?
It's just like a general one, and it's kind of like really fucking stupid. But like, a few days ago, LIO like joined a dead woman's server, and I want. It's stupid, but I just like, did he accidentally join it? I don't. I'm very confused about it.
I don't know the context of that.
A dead woman's server?
It's doubtful that he accidentally does anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so basically, this YouTuber called, I mean, very small commentary person, like passed away a few days ago, Darkside, and he joined her Discord server like the day it was announced that she passed away, like 2 hours after, and I'm just really curious of why that happened, because her server's like, yeah, I don't know, it's just really
Mania is
stupid
not
question.
psychosis, guys, just so you guys know. So
Right, yes. Yes.
Okay.
What matters is that he had a psychotic breakdown. It's clearly what that was.
We're all licensed therapists in here. And
Y'all
we're
done
all
talking?
Yeah, this is. I just want. I don't want to sit here and live psychoanalyze somebody on a call that I think that most people have not heard. I just don't.
Correct.
See the point. It's just.
Do we have any more legitimate questions?
Like it was obvious he like had a breakdown.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, but most
I
people have not
I'll
heard the
agree.
call. Okay. Moving on. Anything else about the conversation between Lio and Gilded?
Oh, this is about the conversation between Lio and Gilded. I missed most of the call. Lio, Gilded or Lio. Lio's not here anymore.
Lio's not here anymore.
Pooh, how did you meet Lio? How did you two meet?
Oh God.
It's a windswept evening.
Don't even answer, just scream.
Weren't you the muscle for Senate?
Go watch his videos if you want the answer to that.
Yeah.
Okay, no, the simple answer is I was given a tweet by LIO, and they said, "You want to bully a furry?" I said yes. That's it.
The muscle for Senate.
It wasn't Senate, but yeah, that was it.
I've got kind of a stupid question that only applies to the call in the sense that this is all just going on YouTube soon, isn't it?
Yeah,
It already is.
And now you're live. Congrats. Like,
Hi, Mom. I'm
Hi,
going
Mom.
to Disney World.
fantastic. Well done, guys. I'm proud of you all.
Outstanding.
I'm on.
I'm gonna hang up now.
Just a quick question for Gilded. In retrospect, now having done the call, what do you think you could have done better in terms of, I don't know, preparation?
Okay, this is getting to autism territory. I'm
yeah.
leaving.
Bye
bye. Kill yourselves.
Like you're not autistic.
Go nice, sleep tight. Don't let the Negroes bite.
I would say heroin.
Okay.
That's
Fair
crazy.
You and Rick and Nick Rakita both. Right, okay, cool.
Me and Nick, I didn't get to fuck Nick Rakita's wife. That's what I should have done in
Again.
preparation.
You forgot the ketamine.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Lio's wife looks like an Oompa Loompa.
Okay.
Are you going to be following up live for the evidence you have asked for him to provide, Gilded?
If he provides the evidence, then I'll put it in the video that I'll be uploading of this call.
Okay, awesome.
Guys, I'm gonna go, but quick thing before I go is that if you have an anime profile picture, you're sus as fuck, and I think they should all be banned. So ban everybody's anime profile.
Well, you don't have a
picture.
question, Stardust? What the hell?
What would I ask?
I don't fucking know.
Why was
How's
that
his
born
day
on
been?
anime?
How's his day been?
Well, bye.
You don't have to go.
How
home,
did
but
you?
can't stay here.
Hit me up if you want to talk later, Gilded. See ya.
Okay.
Yeah, how did you prepare for today?
I didn't actually get much of a chance to. I had a bunch of personal emergencies that happened, and I only ended up like with 2 days to prepare.
Hold on, as your personal butt buddy, I can explain this. He started by waking up and having a pulse. He ate some breakfast, and then he got on the call.
Yeah, totally.
Then he
I
yelled
don't
at
know
the
if I believe
birds.
you, Gallagher. I don't know if Vlad eats breakfast. He doesn't seem like a breakfast person to me.
Whatever the first meal you eat when you wake up is breakfast.
Fucking Christ. Okay.
I don't usually wake up and eat though. I wake up like cigarettes are my morning vegetable.
Again, I will reiterate myself. The first thing you eat in the day is your breakfast. Autism.
Okay.
Okay, I'm about to yeet this VC.
Okay, well, Monsters doesn't have any questions. Nobody else does. Okay, cool.
do.
No thoughts, nothing.
Oh, I mean, you can come on and talk one-on-one if you want, Gilded.
Tubby
needs his iron lung.
Can you define vague fact threats?
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Right, okay, I'm dipping. Gilded, I'll chat to you in a bit. Well done, Mon.
This is a call.
Oh my fucking god. Right, okay. Lol, I like Gallagher. Gallagher's a laugh. Gallagher's a laugh. Fuck me. Okay. Okay, fuck. Was that fun? I don't know if that counts as fun. That was content, I guess. Yes. Well done. Give me a sec. Oh, fucking camera of some kind. Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Bear with me a sec, boys and girls. Let's turn that off. Let's turn that on. Let's do that. You know. I'll have a better camera soon. I've got a new camera. It's very, very fucking exciting. Yeah, thank you all. We're gonna. I love the fan art. How fucking good is that? Okay. Send me a copy of the call. That would be outstanding. It's on COPECAST. Just go and download it. I'm not like this is free to use. That was the point of it. Fuck. I said I'd talk about it afterwards. Yeah. I mean, like I think I share Kumo's opinion. Gilded could have gone a lot harder. I kind of just expected him to walk in and call LIO slur. Isn't that like a guy swatting down? I will him turn into a stammering, incoherent moron. I don't think LIO is a pedophile. I don't think LIO has swatted anyone. And doxing something he denies, I think by any kind of colloquial internet term, it fits fucking definition. I don't know. I've like, fuck, am I like the only person who's not gonna end up with a public call? Fucking with LIO. This. Okay, so we got one more of these that's sort of booked in with like Kumo, which should be interesting. We'll see how Kumo does, because Akumu went light. Gilded went really light. Fuck. I mean, I've shouted at LIO. That's fuck. Mon will back me up here. I've shouted at LIO at least. I hope that satisfies some of you. I've had like 2 shouting matches with him now. So fuck, I don't know. Maybe someone recorded them and they'll get released. Fuck only knows. Yeah, so Kumo is coming on the 16th. I'm moderating that with Sarah. And fucking yeah, like look, chat. If you've got thoughts, let's do some thoughts. I'm pretty easy. We can do like an M bit. I went really light. I literally yelled 75% of the call. Fuck. I mean, Gildo, do you want to come and talk? Why is he still taking these calls? I've fucking questioned Queeman. Couldn't fucking tell you. He went have a public call with me. Right, okay. I don't know. I think Jess and Leia something versus LIO would be highly entertaining. I think it'd be fucking stupid. Gilded, if you want to call in and talk about it just one-on-one, we can. Yeah, look, I mean, you shouted, but like you you didn't nail him on the things I expect. Like I think like a lot of people wanted you to, but I think it's really fucking hard like a call like that. I think you were trying to like you got like wrapped up in, oh fuck, it's phoning me. Gilded, how you doing, buddy?
I'm gonna swallow your soul.
Fuck God.
Okay. Like, okay, like one of the biggest issue was, all right, this is the biggest issue. My stream, it took like a massive shit, like more or less. I couldn't stream the audio, and so there's like no video of my face now this entire call, which is really annoying, and it's all Monstrous's fault because I didn't get to see my pretty face.
Yeah, I know how distracting that can be. Fucking hell. Yeah, look, I mean, you got wrapped in stuff that most people are just not as aware of to do with Fox Mafia, the stuff that happened with Coyote and everything else. And it's a difficult one because, you know, I think people kind of expected you just to walk in and call him a faggot. Like that's what I expected you to do.
I don't know. It just didn't. It would feel forced.
Yeah, sure.
If that makes any sense. Like,
yeah,
it didn't really.
Sure.
How do I put it? Like, I didn't feel the urge. You know.
I think. Okay, so like, I think part of it as well is, I think the calls are a weird thing to bring up because those calls aren't out. Fuck! I wish I'd stream. Do you know what? I wish I'd stream the Sasu call now. I wish I'd stream the Sasu call before everyone's become like. I guess I'll be nice to people. Understandably soy about it, but in the same way that like the Rosa call being streamed, is useful for all of this. Fuck! I know people are in two minds about this shit, but. If you want that thing to hit a LIO at, you kind of have to bring out the call of somebody having a nervous breakdown. I will say this about that call. It's a weird one to bring up with a LIO because it more talks about the moderation. Because the truth is, it's not LIO that does that to Sasu. It's Ponder.
I absolutely disagree with you.
Why?
1000%. Ponder manipulates Sasu, but LIO weaponizes it. 100%. Like that like. I think like in that case, what you're saying here is like it's Abbott's fault, not Costello's. You know, like no, like it's both of their faults. You know, and I believe it was absolutely planned. I think that they.
Okay, so what I'll say is this. I disagree with you. I don't think it's planned, and here's why. Because there's another call that Mon now just trying to tell me to shut up about the mod call. There is another call which I need to fix, basically. But fuck it, at this point I'll stream it. Because here's what gets me about the Catslayer mods. They had this huge thing recently where they talked to LIO. And they talked to LIO specifically because of the Rin call, because the Rin call got made public and it's optically bad for them. But they never talk about the Sasu call because they don't give a shit. So yeah, fuck it. I
don't know. I honestly think that if that call got released, the Sasu call, I think it would have a far greater impact than the Rosa call.
I don't. Maybe depends on pickup.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just way worse.
Fine, fuck it. We're gonna. Okay, fine. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna work out what we're gonna do with the Sasu call. I'm gonna work out whether that can be streamed. I am going to stream the mod call so people can hear it next week. That's what we'll do. Okay. So
I'm not uploading shit. So I was like asked not to release any of that information. I was told I could mention it on stream.
Well, like, okay, well,
LIO immediately said Sasu. That wasn't.
Well, I mean, okay, well, no one said that to me, so I'm not bound by the same fucking standards, am I? Because I could have streamed that call weeks ago. In fact, I could have streamed the call the day after it happened, because that's when I got a hold of it. So, you know, and it's all willing. Let's be clear about that, Sasuku. Let's be real fucking clear about it. Because no one had a fucking issue with it within that mod team. No one cared. Until
There's a
now.
lot of
Until
things-
it's now getting brought
Yeah.
up. No one gave a shit. So I don't buy this whole thing. I know Monstrous cares because Monstrous said it to me at the time. I know other people cared. No one in Catslayer fucking did. None of the Peanuts did. None of any of these fucking people who had the conversation gave a shit. It's only now that people are having the conversation.
But it's goy slop.
Yeah, Monstrous had many issues.
That's all they eat. They
Yeah, look, I'm just
No, I
all
mean,
I'm
yeah.
saying is that, like, again, I don't buy this. I don't like this, and it keeps fucking happening. Every time it happened with the Rosicrucial, oh, we all had fucking issues with it. We had so many issues with it. It comes out that like two-thirds of the people who keep saying, oh, I had issues with it, didn't at the time. They didn't fucking care. They didn't give a shit. And the same thing is happening with this fucking Sasuke. I'm watching it in real fucking time, and I feel gaslit. But I have those conversations. I've had them with people. It's fucking bollocks. It's not true. And I don't like this fucking lying to me about it publicly. Now, like, again, I didn't say anything during the call because I said I wouldn't. But I was incredibly fucking tempted to drag that call up during your conversation. Now there are other calls, like the other one you referenced. I don't think that one should be referenced. I don't think that coming out makes anyone look good. And I know you haven't heard it. The first call you referenced. The rumored call.
Oh, I mentioned that little afterwards, but yeah, like no, I think that would be beautiful. I would pay money.
So, but well, a lot of people would, should it exist. But okay. So, but here's the thing. We'll do something next week because like now we're at the point where this shit is being talked about, and do you know what? I wouldn't care, and I will say this as well because you and I both know you wanted to move off this topic. I get that, I do. And it's why I did the whole fucking 5 minutes of I told you so, because I knew shit like this would happen. But now we're at the same fucking point, and we are going to, I'm going to go and fix the mod call. We're going to go over the mod call next week, and then I think it will be interesting to see where the emphasis by Catslayer's mod's issues, where it is placed in that fucking call where they have an issue with LIO. I think that will be a very interesting little fucking conversation to have.
So aside from the general consensus is we got in the weeds on topics somebody cares about, like Fox Mafia, which I don't know. I think that's a pretty big deal personally, but that's just me. I get that most people aren't privy to that lore. And that I apparently was too soft, I guess. What's the other things? I'm sounding like really sarcastic right now. I'm not.
No, it's fine. I think okay. Just read chat. I think okay. I think part of the problem is that yeah, you're not as angry as people expected you to be, and it's a compounded thing because this is what happened with the Akumu call. Now, I think the Akumu call was fine. I think it was fine. I think it was exactly what it needed to be at the time, but this felt like another sort of Akumu call, and like we can have the thing at the end where it's like I feel like some of my issues with LIO worked out because I have had that shouting moment at him, and what is weird is that I feel like I am the only one out of anybody who's done all the coverage on him that has actually fucking shouted at him.
British accent is triggering. I mean, I shouted at him. Like, how much louder you want me to yell? Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean,
like here's the problem.
Okay.
I'm gonna this is my thought process. Okay.
Sure.
There's only a certain amount of yelling I could do before I started looking like a maniac.
Sure. I think again, it like there's a couple of things that highlight very well what LIO does, like the whole what's it fucking called? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the phrase. It is late here. Like the whole kind of going, well, you're not a zoophile, you're a zoo enthusiast. This kind of shit. It's just, it's obvious what the fucking implications are. The other problem is it's not just LIO, it's people around LIO. I mean, we've just seen this happen today, right? Like this is the thing that has just happened. I don't want to name names of anything, but it's literally there was conversations in a public forum about going and finding out who someone's employer was. It's just fucking insane. Like,
yeah, I mentioned that,
And again, part of the problem is I don't think it's just LIO's fault in some respects. It comes round to the point of that's the community around him to certain degrees, and like some people, and I happen to know about that thing that happened, and I know I'm being vague, chat. I apologize, because I'm just trying to, because of what it is, I want to keep people's names out of it. But I also know that conversation carried on in another server where a load of the old mods told him he was a fucking idiot for asking the question at all, and it still got pursued. So those, and I don't mean they told LIO that, they told the person who was asking, and that kind of shit. It just seems to be a recurring annoyance. God, I am turning British today this time of the morning. Fucking hell. I mean, the question is this: did you get out of that call what you wanted? Because I think I said the same thing to Akuma actually.
So the thing is like, I actually understand the general consensus. Like, I don't think that, I think it was a general dumpster fire, personally. I think that one of the fundamental issues with that call was that he kept deflecting on several points and kept trying to make shit about me that wasn't about me, and vice versa. And there was a couple times I took the bait. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think that I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm in kind of like, how do I put this? I think there were some things that happened like really early on that were kind of demoralizing, if that makes any sense. So for example, like my stream not working, like fucked with me pretty hard. But
well, the VOD's here for you
like,
to use.
it actually really pissed me off. Huh?
The VOD's here for you to use, so
Well, no, it was just that I didn't get to do what I wanted to do because I didn't like. So the big thing was to have the call. I had the whole thing set up. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do with that. The stream ended up actually crashing at one point, and then I had to just end it. Like, when I say it crashed, I mean like the screen froze. I don't know what the actual stream did, but StreamYard's just fucking froze. So I had to just like in the stream. So there's a lot of like little distractions there. I think that I don't know. Like, the thing is that I don't think there was like enough time. In an ideal universe, I wish I could have started it a little earlier, but I can't. Point is, what I'm trying to get across here is I think it was overall not that bad. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I don't think it was that bad of a call. I actually don't agree that I was too light on him. I don't know what people were expecting me to like foam at the mouth and start fucking screaming. Or
I mean, yeah, Vlad, we kind of expected you to foam at the mouth and scream. I think. I think you got some really early.
I did yell though.
Yeah, I think you got some early concessions. I think part of the problem is it loops so much through stuff that was just hard to pin. Do you know what? I think part of the problem as well is that every time one of these happens, it turns into, well, can you go and find the evidence? And when you were going through the script, that was great because we could like go through and pushed LIO to push LIO to go and check things in the script and then like make concessions there, but it's the concession happened and we moved on and it ended up looping. I don't know, it's one of those where you almost need like a fucking Googled. This is so gay. You need almost a Google Doc to have these fucking conversations at this point. It's, it's so. I got a DM partway through of someone going, "Oh, Vlad knows Tonkasaw. How?" Because no one knows your history either. No one, like, there's so much shit here. I know that people have come in through like raids and like watching this drama unfold. It took me fucking ages. All this shit's so deep and interconnected and goes back years. It's so fucking difficult,
Yeah, well, I mean, the issue was between me and him. Like, I wasn't trying to make it to where it was palatable for everybody. Like, that wasn't like my intention in the first place. My intention in the first place was to get him to concede on very specific points and to bring up like very specific issues, even if he doesn't acknowledge them. I think the only part where I think the whole thing kind of started, where I think the worst part of that stream was the cult part, because it's difficult to actually argue the point and make that point for people that either aren't deeply invested or people that you know what I mean. Like it's like impossible to make that point without people that already know. And it's difficult to argue the point whenever he's trying to he's trying to obfuscate the point the entire time. Because like you can literally just take the most horrific act and then make it sound innocent.
I think one of the biggest concessions is, and I think it's a general one that a lot of people wanted to hear, is the fact that Peaches did have such a huge influence in the way LIO saw people around him.
I think believe that.
Well, I mean, you don't have to believe it. I think it's just what a lot of people. I don't know. I don't think it fucking excuses shit. Go on.
I actually, what I mean to say is, I think it's more 50-50. I'm not saying that he was totally wrong or totally lying. I think there's a bit to that, but I also think that he was like a willing participant in regards to me specifically and other people. Like, I think, in other words, what I mean is he wanted to please Peaches. There was that element there.
Well, that makes sense. Well, we'll see how the Kumaku goes. And yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that folds out. But I mean, look, if you're happy with concessions, then that's fine. I mean, I know you'll probably get a video out of it
I'm happy
anyway.
with some of them. Like, thing is that
Also, I'm sorry for telling Gallagher to shut the fuck up because I didn't recognize his voice. I don't mean that, Gallagher. I love you, buddy.
But yeah, like, but no, the thing is like, also too, I can't just start screaming into the microphone anyway, to the extent people wanted, because there are people here asleep.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Namely my kid. So, I can't just do that.
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't know. Like, I don't think I was that soft on him. Like, I think that like Akumu was softer than me.
Yeah, Akumu was softer than you. It was a very different conversation. At least you didn't have Jar moderating. Could have been worse. Bring Gallagher in. Gallagher, if you got me added, you can join if you want. Just, I don't know. Find me through the thing. Or Gilded, add Gallagher to the call. Thank you for the 2, Ellington. Yeah, I think it's one of those where it just felt loopy,
There were some loops, yeah. Like, I mean, that's gonna happen though. Like, there's nothing I can do about that.
No,
like, I like it can't. Yeah, like
Look, we're giving a post-mortem. It's always going to be this way, with stuff, and yeah, I imagine fucking I don't know. I imagine similar conversations happened, after Star's stream, after fucking Akumu's stream, like whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, but no, I mean, the thing is too, is I wanted to scream as well, but the thing is that I have this, like, I guess you would say, habit of trying to tone match. So, which I was like debating between tone matching and just yelling the entire fucking call. But I just don't want to ballistically scream like that without him yelling first. And there was this one point where he started yelling and I started yelling, and then I think it was somebody told everybody to stop yelling, and I'm like, wait. So yeah, whatever.
Well,
It's dumb. I expected the whole thing to be a dumpster fire, but anyway, I'm gonna go let you talk to Gallagher.
Okay.
Later.
Cool, man. Sleep well. Catch you in a bit, bud. Bye.
Later.
Gallagher, buddy, how you doing?
I'm doing grand.
Lovely. How did you find the call?
I was a little frustrated with LIO's whataboutisms. I felt similar to Kumo about it. I did think it was really funny too that he was like that when Vlad said specifically, because I'm narcissistic, because no one ever mentions that they're narcissistic when they're narcissistic, right, Vlad? No, that was a joke. But when he was like, you think everyone has the worst intentions, well, what about Gallagher? Like his inability to separate nuance when it's convenient to him was absolutely hilarious. Like, yes, Vlad came over my house with his daughter, but he assumed the worst in me, guys. Right?
Well,
I felt that was particularly funny.
I think part of the frustration, it's about that everyone who's listened to LIO calls knows what a LIO call sounds like. So it's always weird when you've got to be prepared for the pivots. I mean, I think it'll be interesting because Kumo is I've described Kumo as the hammer whenever we get to any of these fucking things. So give me a second. Is a cult because you get banned from chat if you call Beckett the N-word? I don't think I've ever banned anyone from chat for calling me the N-word. I don't think I give a shit.
What N-word? Wait, did Vlad leave?
Yeah, he did.
Here anymore.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, what the hell? He dodged me. Someone wrote, Gallagher, read Ephraim's book, you coward. You want me to give you a realistic answer to what Ephraim's book was? It was a copy and paste from Wikipedia. It was just 618 citations. This is literally what the book was. I'll pull it out. It was just citation on top of cite. There was no information there. It was just, Trump is a bad person, guys, and here's citations. There was no actual organic input from Ephraim in that book. And also, it can hold 6 beers, and there are no water rings on my desk.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
If you didn't see my most recent video, it was about Ephraim's book and how excellent of a beer coaster it is.
Oh, it sounds quite good, solid. I mean, frankly, at least somebody bought his fucking book. Endler in chat, lovely. I'd like to. Do you know what? Unironically, I think my favorite part of this entire stream has been watching Queeman in chat. Honestly, unironically, just absolutely fucking hilarious. Yeah, fuck. I don't know. If LIO's done calls like LIO versus Leia and Jess together would be quite funny. What else? I want to see Leia versus Zach now. I didn't before, but Zach went on slugs, and now I'm just like, yeah, fuck it.
Like, here's the real thing, though. How is Zach different from LIO? Like, would the conversation be that much different?
Probably. Actually, I don't know. I haven't watched Zach's stream of Slug yet. But yeah, it'd be. I don't know. I feel like it'd be interesting. I feel like there's more direct beef between Leia something and Zach, and also, I want to see Zach get angry. And fuck it. I mean,
all you have to do is sexualize him. Apparently, someone who describes themselves as a very sexual person doesn't like it when people they don't give explicit permission to sexualize. Like, Zach is the porn star who uploads porn videos of himself to Pornhub and then says, "Don't fap to it unless I say you can."
Fucking Christ. I mean, look, I'm staying very neutral until they talk to each other and, you know, and I get some content out of it.
No, it's okay. That's what you have me here for. There's nothing to bind me to neutrality here.
Zach has used as a marital aid for $2. Thank you, Ellington. Oh, fuck my life. Okay, look, strongly disavow and all that. Listen, I think, I think, I'll say this generally. Zach decided not to make a video on Leia. I think that was probably the right choice if Zach doesn't want to engage in drama. I applaud that choice. Zach has been pretty reasonable about the criticism I've given him. At this point, just fight. I think that's my stage. Just fight Leia publicly, I think. And so that would be my advice or opinion. But then also, I want to react to it. So fuck it. I'm biased. Queeman bans you from chat if you mention his appearance. Christ, what the fuck? What the hell is going over on Queeman streams? Fuck, I still haven't. Other than fucking decimation, apparently. What Vlad and LIO kiss and make up is the conclusion. I don't know. We'll see. I think this month's going to be interesting for stuff. We'll go through the mod call. Does anyone else have any thoughts? Carla, do you have any last things for me?
So, my favorite thing that LIO does is basically, he does what writers do, and he lets his audience's imagination do all the work. So he's right when he says, "Well, I never specifically said these things," right? Because he didn't. However, what he didn't do was specifically say anything. Right? It was kind of like when Vlad originally was like, "I have 17 Bronto bytes of zoophilia on my hard drive," and then LIO was like, "Well, Vlad's admitted to having scat and zoophilia and probably worse," right? So like LIO never said that Vlad owned child porn, okay? But when you say someone owns something worse than bestiality, right? There's not really a lot of conclusions the mind can go to. So like LIO never said that, Vlad did this or Vlad did that, but he never did anything to stop people from thinking that. So it's just really weird that like LIO boasts himself as this honest reporter of all these things, right? But then he doesn't go out of his way to make sure that he's giving like these super objective, clarifying takes on certain things, and that's what I find interesting, because he did that a lot. He's like, "Well, when did I say that?" Well, here's the I would have countered with, "Well, when didn't you say that?" Because the problem is that what you do is you just open up these fucking pathways for people to think the worst possible case scenario, and LIO is very proficient at that. It's one of his huge skills, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's used to arguing with people that's pretty easy to do to, frankly. Fuck it. I mean,
dynamic.
Yeah, I don't know. Look, I think the irony of all this is that a lot of people what people want to see is LIO scream at people and then react either with outrage or with laughter or whatever from any side. I think it's very interesting that the second Sasu call is public. Well, okay, what, the 6th? When the 5th isn't? I don't fucking know. So, yeah, it's just one of those. Okay, look. I'm gonna dash off and do wrap up, I think. Thanks for calling in, and then I don't know, we'll do something fun. I want to do more Brian Mullins stuff at some point, so I might grab you for that.
Oh, dude, I am the Brian Mullins expert.
Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'll talk to you about it. I have something in the works. Okay, right. I'll catch you in a bit.
Me know.
I will do. Don't worry. I'll leave you in. Okay, catch you later, man. Bye.
Later.
Okay, cool. Thank you, all of you. I think that's pretty much it. Because the last message I got was not helpful. It was not helpful. It was just pornography. For fuck's sake. Okay, cool. Right, we good? We good? Everyone good? Who am I sending you to? Is anyone still fucking live? Let's have a look. Yeah, I want to do more Brian Mullen stuff. I want to start analyzing the roast game because that'll be funny. Who's actually live? It's like no one fucking live. Who I can actually send you to? What the fuck is? Fuck. Anyone got any recommendations? D2 stream when? Fuck. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. That Tuesday. Christ. We'll see how Elden Ring is going. And also my fucking wisdom tooth that's ripping my face out. Yeah, we're good all now. Yeah, no. No one have any suggestions? Does no one like any streamers? Can't fucking blame you. You're all fucking shit. Literally no one live. Is it literally just me on a Saturday night? That's fucking depressing, isn't it? Okay, cool. I guess. Yeah. Fuck, it really is just me. That's shit. Okay, cool. Right. I will then do this and set something up. Give me a second. Let's do you. Do you? Okay, cool. Right, this has been super fun. I guess it's certainly been content. And I will see you guys probably early next week. I'm doing a Warhammer stream tomorrow with Sarah, which is literally just us playing video games because we want to. And then I will set up and fix the audio on the fucking mod call, and we'll do that with Monstrous, and we'll do it as notable call. So there you go. Yeah, more ACC stuff out of me. Oh, there's also a new video came out on Illuminati I want to have a look at. So I may actually do a stream on that really, really soon. Because I'm really fucking interested. Cool. Yeah. Fuck off. Go to bed, degenerates.
I'm an MK Ultra victim. There's poison in my system. I'm an MK Ultra victim. There's poison in my system. My memories, just static waves of apathy.